I'm the golden son while playing a GBA game. Brain off the scale to thinking he mean weight gain. No surge, electrify the mind. I'm in charge of the buzz, get your power stripped. I'm my own plug, you the socket. Lent more punchlines, the trash in your pocket. That's you to stop it. More than rap, this composite, you got to rocket. See the variation? It don't matter, black or white. Bring the drama, Perry Mason. I'm adjacent to the destined. Counting all my blessings while they selling their soul. No, you gotta be desperate like them housewives. Hear the real with my mouth wide. Paths going north, but they still hear the south side in me. These rappers are actors who giving out Emmys. Find me a Denny's looking proud of their penny without an Oscar. I'ma lay it proper. Father, this sound ironic, didn't have a papa for most of my life. Foster home to home. Don't let me start. Comment tell me about real love. It starts in the heart, not the pants. Born without a chance. Probably met destiny plenty times and noticed when she glanced at me. When you dance with me, who would've known these dreamers become fans of me? Put up your hands for me. Touch the sky, the model we grew up with. Bumping that old Wayne, about to see if this truck fit in my garage. I'm kidding, no car, but I got drive. Even if I retire, never be top 5. I survived the rugged terrain. Determination in my brain, God help me find joy through the pain, gain clarity that I share to the masses. Same kid, they dreaming in classes. Future look disastrous. Time for the heroes and less fastest. Clean air, less gases. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey. Change streams, play games, watch a few anime. Found a path to be great, not a moment to waste. Mama check it, don't worry, I'm straight. We gon' take it to the top of the globe. Spread love, realest quote that I wrote. You know, sky's the limit. All my life I was sober. We surpassing that with each episode. The whole, a new episode. New day, a new episode. A new day, a new day, a new episode. A new day, a new episode. A new day, a new. Go ahead, let them throw that shade. You gotta wait to see the picture. Old Kodak days, don't go that way. They songs all filler, and it shows not at the museum. Fans never been stellar. Pendilla, so it's a route set score. I ain't trying to be known by a number like the kids next door. My lord, they want us in cages or the seats, cause we fresh to death. Cash is short every week. Who, me? I'm nothing but a kid from the boondocks, writing living color. Different world in my boombox, chilling in my afternoon socks with a cute thing. Excuse them, it's called, they didn't notice you rang. Sharp tongue from the heavens, we thinking outside of the box. They call him Stoop Kid, never lead his steps. No one knows of his woes, cause he keeps to himself in seclusion. But me, I had to find out his story, so I sat by his stoop. He said his name's Corey. Told me how he used to be in love with a dame, but she left about as fast as she came. Said the sky's never been the same. Air's less fresh, chemtrails blanket the sky, and we compress to a perfect world that we created within the mind. We blind to the truth as the days unwind. He finds happiness and watch the time go by. He asked, do you know why? Cause at least I'll know when we die. Society's engulfed in trends, and it's hard to find friends when your vision ain't the same through the lens. A cleanse what we need, but our pride won't accept it. Love's like a precious baby girl, and I'm wishing that we kept it. Neglected all our principles.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. We gotta. Here, let's see. Oh my god, dude. Technical difficulties. Lord have mercy. Anyways, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Blerd Cave. Nothing ever works the way I want to lately. Anyways, we are in here. What is going on, everybody? I got to give a little toast. I mean, it's just water, but I'm going to give a little toast real quick. What is going on, everyone? What is going on? Welcome to another edition of the Blerd Cave. Wow, we've done 19 of these total so far. And it just keeps... Dude, it's the gift that keeps on giving because, man, we got a packed show today. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of stuff to get into. Too much, I would actually dare say, but we're going to get into it nonetheless. First things first, I want to jump into a little something. before we jump into all the shenanigans regarding Absolute Carnage, Donny Cates, his words about the characters we should be paying attention to in his Venom run, and of course, Absolute Carnage itself. We're going to have to take a look at a couple of things. We got to re-examine some things. New information has come to light. And real quick, I do want to actually I want to give some shout outs real quick. So we got new patrons in the house. New patrons are in the building. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out right now. We're going to give first off, one shout out to Otaku Daily. I want to give a shout out to them because they are a new patron. We've also got Discussing Trek, who, for those of you who don't know, Discussing Trek is actually a YouTube channel and podcast that is local to me. So they are putting some respect on my name, so by supporting me. So I want to give a shout out to them. So if you are, and they actually talk about more than just Star Trek. They also talk about Doctor Who as well. So if you are a fan of either, if you are a fan of Star Trek or you are a fan of Doctor Who, which I am of both, for the most part, you should go check them out. They're really awesome, really cool guys, and every time I bump into them at a convention, it's always great. Also, I want to give a shout out. Let's see, we've got I've only got one name. You have a first name only. So Ryan, you get a shout out. Thank you for being one of Earth's mightiest patrons. And you're also we also got Rick Costa. And wait a minute, I think we might have. Nope, that's it. That's it. That's all the new patrons, I think. Yes. Maybe. Hopefully. Not. But yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. Anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. Right now. Man. This has been a rough week. It's been a rough week. Some of you who, speaking of patrons, I want to go ahead and give myself one of these. Because I made a goof and didn't notice it until a little over a calendar week after the fact. Apparently, when I started Maximum Carnage videos for patrons, which was if you're a patron, you get early access to some I would dare say most of my videos. Just basically the way it works is if the video is done, you get it. I don't make you wait until the day I normally post. That's usually how it works. But for the most part, a lot of those videos usually wind up being a week or 2 weeks early for some of you. So, in my infinite wisdom, I had finished Maximum Carnage, like the first part of it, weeks ago, and gave it to you, Earth's Mightiest patrons, and I kind of forgot about it. So when I posted Maximum Carnage Part 2, patrons had gotten Part 1 and 2, and they actually have Part 3 right now. But everybody else only got Part 2. So I take that L. I'll take that L. Just right on the chin, man. I'll take it. But that said, it is up now. So if you are wondering where the hell it was, it's there now. So thank you, Token Black 80, once again, for helping me out with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So the other day, and I'm going to apologize right now because, man, okay, so we're talking about technical difficulties. Apparently, my Streamlabs OBS, first off, regular OBS, does not want to work. It just has said, fuck the Blerd without fear, fuck the Blerd K, fuck everything. And it literally, when I opened it, it crashed right as I was getting ready to click to go live. So I had to rush over to Streamlabs OBS and get that open and ready so that I could get this to y'all. So that's why everything's kind of hinky right now, because I don't have Streamlabs OBS set up for YouTube anymore. But that said, Donny Cates, just not too long ago, probably in the last 3 or 4 days, has done he did an interview where he was talking about Absolute Carnage. He was having this interview with comicbookresources.com, which is a great website if you don't mind going there and getting spoiled right off the wham. I can't say anything. I'm guilty of it too, but it's like, yeah, geez, come on, y'all. But anyways, I usually, if I go to comic book resources, I know exactly what I'm getting into, so I'm not complaining. This isn't a complaint. But yeah, so basically what he was talking about was like the whole war with Eddie Brock, Peter Parker against Carnage. But he was also talking about some of the things that people need to pay attention to. And basically what he said is, if anyone was actually worried about, are you worried about this being, the end of it all? Like, once we're done with absolute carnage, like, we're just going to completely, kick Venom to the curb. It's like, no. He said, literally, it's not the end. He says, actually, it's only going to get bigger. Like, basically what he's done is, he was like, basically what he was saying was that, and I wish you know what, here, while we're having this discussion, I will also prepare this other side, because I want y'all to be able to see what it is I'm talking about, because people often don't believe me when I say these things, so it hurts my heart, hurts my soul. But that said, yeah, basically what he was saying is that, how Avengers Endgame was the end of the entire Infinity Saga, what Marvel, Disney call the entire first 3 phases of Marvel movies. He said it's like that, except there's a massive post-credit scene that sets up phase 2 of the Ryan Stegman, Donny Cates run on Venom. And that's a really refreshing thing to hear. Like, in a world, gotta say it the right way, in a world where creative teams don't stay on comics in the mainstream. Like, I mean, Jason Aaron was a rarity. Dan Slott was a rarity. And I'm talking about today, like in this time frame. I'm not talking about the 80s and the 90s. I'm talking about like right now. It's very uncommon for creative teams to just like stay on a book for more than, a year or two. So I thought that was really cool that they're actually to keep this going, because I'm pretty sure Marvel is keenly aware, based on what I have heard from Cates himself about how much Marvel paid him to not go to DC Comics. I'm fairly certain that the bag is significant, and he ain't going anywhere anytime soon. But no, it's that is not really the main thing. That is not really the main thing. We're gonna do this kind of jank, cause why not? It's how we do things here. Everything is we're doing it fly by night, y'all. It's fly by night tonight. So here, we're gonna zoom this in a little bit so I can get y'all to see what I am talking about, but let's see here. Here we go. Boom. Boom goes the dynamite. So let's transition over. I actually went back and I took a look at said a minute, wrong one. And in that comic, this is issue number 12, where Anne is handing over when she's handing over Dylan to A's father, she does actually say as much. And here we're actually gonna we're going to actually put this, we're going to put it on this side. That's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to do this here today. Here, we're going to zoom this puppy in, and oh, sorry about that, y'all. Y'all did not hear any of that, I would imagine, because my dumbass, did not realize I did not have audio set up in that particular area. Because this is what happens when shit don't work right. Like I said, dude, it's going to be a comedy of errors this week. But anyways, what I was trying to tell y'all, long story short, is that Ann Wayne and Eddie Brock did not conceive Dylan. What basically what Donny Cates is implying, when you go back and you look at these panels, basically what Ann is saying is that she didn't become pregnant, or rather didn't have the child, until she bonded with the Venom symbiote and became She-Venom. Long story short. But that said, basically, Donny Cates doesn't necessarily say yay or nay on it. But what he does say is that Dylan is a character that you will want to pay attention to the longer that Absolute Carnage goes on, and more importantly, you will want to pay attention to that issue. The dialogue that was given in that issue of Venom number 12, where Ann is handing Dylan over to Eddie's father, is very indicative of something that's going to come. And Donny Cates isn't usually one to give up, details like that. So the fact that he's saying something about it is a very clear shot that he is trying to prepare. He is trying to prepare everyone for this. It's kind of like how Jonathan Hickman was trying to tell y'all that, House of X number 2 is going to fuck your mind up. It's the same thing. But here, like I said, we'll go back to it because I think I fixed the issue. But yeah, like I said, you go back here and you see this, and like I said, it's pretty telling. Like I said, we'll dig in a little bit more. But like I said, she literally says it was not supposed to happen. All that happened was they bonded, and then that was it. No more, no less. So that said, like I said, it's crazy stuff. I didn't really know exactly how to take it. Like I said, this is something that came up like 3 days ago. 3, maybe 4 days ago. And I've still been processing it ever since. But basically, yeah, that boy ain't his. The Venom symbiote is not loyal. These symbiotes ain't loyal. But that said, I think it's going to factor in. Donny Cates is really good about involving children in story arcs, but it's never in the way I think people usually expect it. It's one of those scenarios. It's one of those scenarios where if you look at, say, like Baby Teeth, which is I think a series I bring up all the time. Baby Teeth is one of those that, I mean, it literally revolves around a baby. And it's a dark tale. It revolves around a 15, 16-year-old girl who becomes pregnant with the Antichrist. And children don't usually fare well in his stories. So that's why, when I was asking the questions earlier, when I was tweeting Donny Cates, adding him about little Normie Osborn, it's like, well, and now in recent events with the Absolute Carnage tie-in books, which if you have not picked those up, I do recommend them. I am not a tie-in book guy. I actually hate tie-in books. They're not my jam. I don't like them. I think they're pretty freaking awful. But ever so often, man, a comic event comes along that has tie-ins, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually handled really well. Cool. That's cool. Awesome. I'll take it. But this is one of those. I thought that, I think in recent memory, the most in tie-in books that I have really messed with is, what was it, War of the Realms, when I was doing all the videos, for War of the Realms, and I didn't, that was one of the, maybe that and, Dark Knight's Metal, I read all the, tie-ins, but that series wasn't very long, but yeah, man, I typically don't mess with them, but this week, man, they actually told some really good stories, and I'm going to say this, and I mean this in every way humanly possible as a compliment, but they didn't read like Marvel books. At least, I'll say the Absolute Carnage Scream #1, kind of, sort of, maybe like a Marvel book, but more like it had some Image undertones, some Image Comics undertones, which I mean that in every positive way humanly possible, because, while I love Marvel and DC, and that's what I mostly cover, I am more of an Image Comics fan because they have better comics. Just on a more consistent basis. But what they did with Absolute Carnage Separation Anxiety #1, which I'm not going to talk about it here because I don't want to bury the lead. There's a video that will probably drop tomorrow. That I was putting the finishing touches on it leading up to this. So that video will come out. Actually, I take that back. And I won't mess this up this time. Patrons will get it today. Everyone else will get it tomorrow. So there you go. Gotta keep the Patreon viable, because while YouTube does pay me well enough, it is it's always good to have other avenues of income. But that said, like I said, we're not gonna be talking about those tie-in books. I mean, if somebody has a question, it'll come up. By the way, questions, if you do have questions, make sure you swing by the Discord, because I will be taking questions from there. We're gonna see if we can do this without fucking the mic up. Let's see if we can do this without fucking the mic up. If the mic fucks up, I'll know in a heartbeat. Mic didn't fuck up. All right, we're good. But yeah, so basically, if you are interested in said Discord, all you got to do, there's a link in the description. All you got to do is jump on in and go to, there we are, and go to the section questions for BWF. You throw your questions in there, you are guaranteed to get them answered, because the chat is very difficult to monitor. So just go ahead and throw that out there. By the way, do see we got a super chat in here, and I don't know what is going on, dude. Streamlabs is killing me, man. It's almost like Streamlabs is trying to tell me something, because I always feel like it works amazingly well when I'm on Twitch. But when I'm on YouTube, it's like, nah, bruh. But anyways, oh, I see why now, because I have it muted. That was on me. Actually, I'm gonna take an L for that one. And you know what? I'm gonna take another one. Let's go ahead and take another one. Let's go ahead and take another L for the audio and everything, the audio issues earlier, because that one was on me, and that one kind of hurt me the most. So that said, and while we're handing out L's, I gotta talk about your boy Jonathan Hickman, and I sat on this one for a few days because a friend of mine, who I don't know if she's in the chat right now, my friend Maria from Approach the Nerd, she actually brought this up to me, and also I do want to say, yes, I got the alerts fixed. So, Tubes the One, thank you for that $2 super chat. I appreciate it. You are the bomb, helping keep this little boat afloat here. And so Maria was the one that brought this to my attention. It was a little story. I didn't really see it making the rounds very much. I feel like most people have kind of it got swept under the radar a little bit. Maybe because people just didn't care. But the only reason I'm talking about this is more to prove a point. So, your boy Jonathan Hickman, he has been accused. Your boy Jonathan Hickman has been accused of plagiarism. Your boy has been accused. He has been accused. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and we gotta hit him with the man. I don't know if he's actually gonna be taken to court on this one, but I don't know. The case that is being made, it's kind of damning. But we're gonna go through the whole thing. But basically, what was happening here is that you have House of X number 2, which we got. I'm going to go ahead and start now. If you haven't read House of X number 2, I don't know what you're doing here, because that seems to be all we ever talk about lately is House of X. But the whole thing with Moira McTaggart, who apparently, I did not know this, or maybe I just didn't pay attention to it, but apparently her mutant name is Moira X. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, so I'm going to give it a... Danger. I'm gonna give it that, but I take it. I accept it, but I'm just saying I know a lot of other people will probably not care for that. But that said, Jonathan Hickman had this deal where this woman who I think her actual Christian name is Catherine Webb. But she wrote a book under a pen name. Hey, Jumnet3, I appreciate you becoming one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. That's awesome of you. Welcome to the mighty fighting force that is Earth's mightiest. So basically, what was going on here is she kind of aired Hickman out on Twitter. I'm talking aired him all the way out. I mean, it's some damning shit. It is some damning shit. And matter of fact, here, you know what? Let's I don't trust my stream deck right now, so we're just gonna click on over. And here we'll just have to let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so Claire North, basically what she was saying is for fear of kicking at a hornet's nest again, some few words hopefully last on House of X. Firstly, thank you everyone who has been chiming in with words, supportive and thoughtful. It's all been hugely appreciated. She says, people have rightly pointed out that ideas are rarely original. I have been fed on my culture, so has X-Men. Sometimes this is a glorious sharing of stories. Sometimes it can feel like standing on each other's toes. And in this case, depends where you're standing, I suspect. However, it's been kindly pointed out that the scribbler on House of X, or maybe she meant to say scribe, I don't know if that was like an autocorrect, who knows, on House of X has been asked the same questions I'm asking, and while these things may never be clear, his reply has been generous and courteous. Lawyers do law, writers should do humaning. So I guess maybe she did mean scribbler. So as a scribbler, it'd be rude not to acknowledge that, be appreciative of that, and wave back. And so if you are loving the current run of House of X, please check out the first 15 lives of Harry August. And if you loved Harry August, you're probably gonna dig House of X. And if you've never read either, give them both a go. Every reader finds something new to you alone. And basically, what she's talking about here is, recently, Hickman kind of came under fire because some of the elements of House of X so far, not really talking about the Krakoa stuff, not talking about, the Krakoan flowers or any of that shit, but basically what she's talking about is Mora, and how basically her story arc very eerily reeks of the same story that comes from the first 15 lives of Harry August, because it's the same thing. Basically, it's a guy who he lives and then he dies and then he comes back. And he basically has all the memories of everything that has happened before. Now, this book is relatively new. I want to say it came out in, it says publication date is April 8th, 2014. And, basically it says, if you read it you can get this on Wikipedia. This is like the plot introduction. But basically it reads like this. Harry August was born in a woman's washroom of Berwick upon Tweed Station in 1919. He leads an unremarkable life and dies in a hospital in Newcastle upon Tyne in 1989. He then finds himself born again back in 1919 in the same circumstances, gaining the knowledge of his earlier life at an early age. He learns he is an Ouroboran and is destined to be reborn again and again. He is not alone and is soon contacted by the Cronus Club, an organization of similarly affected members who look after him in childhood in subsequent lives. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, it's probably a coincidence. It's probably a coincidence. Well, let's go a little further. In later lives, Harry studies biology, chemistry, and physics. Okay. With knowledge from previous lives, he easily becomes a professor of physics at the University of Cambridge, where he meets an intelligent undergraduate student named Vincent Rankis. Vincent and Harry become friends as they talk about theoretical physics and the nature of time. Okay, all right. Eventually, Harry and Vincent both realize the other is an Ouroboran. Other members of the Cronus Club later inform Harry that the world is ending, and that with each life Harry lives, the ending is coming closer. So here, let's go ahead. Look, I think a court case may be. I mean, it doesn't sound like she's pursuing anything. I don't first, because let's see. That's why I read the tweet first, because I wanted to kind of hit you with the good news first, and then get you with the bad news. But it doesn't sound like she's pursuing this in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And she seems. I think that Catherine Webb or Claire North, whichever name she chooses to go by, because the Claire North part is a pen name. But basically, I think I'd be a liar if I said she didn't subscribe to Nas's Nasty Nas's edict that no idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. So yeah, there you go. There's that. But yeah, man, it's kind of damning. Actually, what makes it worse, and this is actually the part that I think Maria was kind of hipping me on to, was the fact that Hickman has been noted. And matter of fact, here, I think I have a link to said, oh, wait a minute. Nope, that is not what I thought it was. It's not what I thought it was. It was a fraud. It's a fraud. Okay, so he actually goes on to he actually talked about this in 2016, and he actually brought up her novel when he was revealing his inspirations for the Black Monday murders. So, I mean, he clearly is aware. He said that basically, I came up with the idea for the book when I was on vacation at the beach with the family. I was reading a book on economics. I mean, that wasn't all I was reading. It was my serious book. If I remember correctly, and here, let me, just so I want y'all to be able to see what it is I'm looking at here. But basically, he is saying that, if I remember correctly, I think I was also reading Claire North's The First 15 Lives of Harry August, which is just fantastic, and the latest Expanse novel, Nemesis Games. And there was a section on the contrast of what money used to represent and what it represents now. Now, okay, so here's the thing. Basically, and I totally get where he's coming from here on this, because he does go on to kind of further explain, his thought processes on all the rest of this. But stories like this are not original. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. Is the story of Maura McTaggart eerily similar to The First 15 Lives of Harry August? You bet your goddamn ass it is. It is damn near but it's got a different framework around it. It's not exactly the same thing. Some of the, they filed off some of the serial numbers. He filed off some serial numbers, whatever. Honestly, I think that I think maybe that is why Maura was used, because if he actually would have went the route that I kind of feel he almost went with Charles Xavier and making it more of a story about him and Magneto, then it really would have been, a play off of this entirely. Not just a play off of it, just been a blatant ripoff. But that said, yeah, this is not the most original story either, because think about it. You have Groundhog's Day, which, well, granted, is a story that takes place in just one day. Bill Murray is not reliving his entire life. He's just reliving one day. But you've also got Russian Doll, which is kind of the same type of story. But once again, it goes back to, it's all focused on the one day or however many days until a death occurs. And then, she goes back to that moment. You've also got Happy Death Day, which did the exact same thing. And then I was reminded of something. There is a book that I read a long time ago, and an ex of mine, when I was still in high school, hit me to this book, and it's a book by Ken Grimwood, who, God rest his soul, God rest his soul, but, it's a book that came out in 1986, called Replay, and actually highly advised. I'm not going to spoil it here for you, but, I do highly advise you check it out, because it's the same fucking story. Not exactly, but yeah. Basically what's going on in Replay is it's about this guy who is he's in his 40s, and one day he dies, and then he wakes up and he's 18 years old. And basically and he has, once again, just like with The First 15 Lives of Harry August, just like with House of X and Maura McTaggart or Maura X, basically, he has all of his memories. He remembers everything. Not only that, not only does he remember everything, but it also kind of leads into some weird, like, the shit you shouldn't do in time travel according to the rules laid out by Back to the Future. It's one of those kind of weird things, and like it's a really good book. I highly advise that you check it out. But I read this, man, it was, oh god, the things, it's one of those things, like, I was like, wow, never in my entire life have I ever done something, to get laid that actually paid off in, the long run, which is just weird, but yeah. Danger. Hit myself with that one real quick. No, it's like, I read the book clearly, because, like, I liked the girl, she offered me the book, and that's how we wound up bonding, was over talking about a book. First time reading never got me anything, other than comics. But anyways, Anyways, what I do want to say, though, is that, kind of going back to Hickman, he did, I haven't read Hickman's response yet, so I want to read his response, give the man a chance to defend himself. So here, let's look it up right here. He says, well, this is unfortunate. The times this has happened to me, Pax Romana probably being the most prominent, it's impossible not to feel like someone is trying to steal your kid. So I sympathize with Miss North's reaction. Let me just say that I absolutely have read Harry August, and I think it's wonderful, but I completely disagree with any idea that the narratives are similar. In regards to resurrection reincarnation stories, I'd argue that in terms of story, style, and stakes, this is much more in line with something like Live, Die, Repeat than Harry August, which, just real quick, I want to say, for those of you who don't know what Live, Die, Repeat is, it's the manga, basically, that, oh god, the freaking Tom Cruise movie, whose name I don't remember at the moment, but basically where he keeps dying over and over again in the future. But basically he says, yeah, it's he said the thing that it absolutely does have in common, and where the comparison is both accurate and fair, is that it repeats a lifetime instead of just a short period of time. But even that's something that Replay did 30 years ago, the book I was literally just talking about. He says, these are all just plot devices to tell a particular story, and while I hate to say this now as we're only 3 issues into a 12-issue story, what we're doing in the X books isn't a story about reincarnation. That's just a plot device we stuck in there to make the first act retcon go down easier. When this is done, it'll be very obvious to anyone who reads both that the two aren't the same. He's like, he said, I would, however, tell everyone to go read Harry August if you haven't. It's about a rivalry between two men that goes on for several lifetimes against a backdrop of a secret society of people who reincarnate. Everyone should read it. So there's that. So, I mean, like I said, he's gracious. He is gracious in his, he is very gracious in his, in the way that, he responded to it, as was Claire North or Catherine Webb, whichever is preferred. I guess we'll just call her Claire North, because he calls her Claire North, and he is clearly aware that's a pen name. So yeah, that said, yeah, it's a thing. It happens. Now, is it a little damning that, yes, he read this book and some elements of it crept into some of his stories? Yeah, little bit. Let's tie this back to Blerd Without Fear, because, hey, who would I be if I didn't do a little vanity moments every now and again. You gotta flex every now and again. By the way, speaking of Reggie Simmons, I see you in here, man. Thank you for that $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I didn't even have a question. Just came in to say, what's up, fam? That's all he had to say. I love it, dude. I love it, man, dude. Dude's always in here taking care of me. Just putting respect on my name. Look here. I got now. See, look at it. Just look here. Look, just amazing. Look, I gotta give you one of these, man. To this day. So yeah. So when people always ask me, "Hey, did you see the latest Comics Explain video? Did you see the latest Dope Spill video? Did you see the latest Comic Storian video, or all these other Comic Drake and Variant Comics? Have you seen the latest?" And my answer is always no. And when people often send me links to their videos, I often don't watch them unless it's something I don't plan on covering. Like, if it's something that I don't plan on covering, I'll watch it. But like, if it's something I cover, I'm not gonna watch it, because there's this thing called crypto memory. And basically the way it works is you will hear somebody say something, see somebody do something, or you read something somewhere, and you accept it into your brain as what it is, but at some point in time, it becomes a part of your thought process, and you'll do something later not realizing that you are using someone else's idea. Like, you were saying something, like when you're telling someone about something, you're telling them an idea that is actually someone else's. It's not yours. It wasn't something you thought of. That's why I don't do that, because I do have crypto memory. I have in the past, not with this channel, but with my creative side of things. Like, I remember reading, I was reading Wizard Magazine. This puts some age on me, but I remember I was reading Wizard Magazine, and there was this comic idea that I was writing out, and I was even sketching out the characters, coming up with ideas, laying stuff out, coming up with, like, test panels and stuff like that. And this story, I was reminded, and I saw the story arc while I was, working on this stuff, and then later on down the road, the more I kept working on it, the more I started realizing that that one little thing that I saw that I didn't even really pay that much attention to started becoming a part of my story. And that's why I always tell people, you got to be careful with that. I mean, but once again, if I, to kind of roll it back to Donny Cates, one of the things I actually do agree with him is, once again, because Donny Cates also subscribes to the Nas Edict, that no idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. So that is how I view that sort of stuff. So, I mean, but the thing is, I still don't like having someone else's idea be in my idea. Unless, like, it's weird to me. So and once again, and this is me also subscribing to that same edict. But the thing is, I always want to try and do it if I notice it that is happening in my creative works, I try to find a way to make it my own. Which is why, as I've talked to some of you in the Discord, and on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, whatever, I have often, it's often come up like, I do the same thing as Comics Explained and Dope Spill, Comic Story? Yeah, kind of in a way, but I do it differently. Like, I would dare say that if one were to watch one of my videos and watch one of, like, Rob's videos, I would be, I mean, unless you are just like a super duper mega stan for one or the other, and it doesn't even matter which one you see first, but I would say, depending on whether you're a mega stan for one or the other, I could easily see where someone might go, oh, this person's a ripoff of so-and-so, or this person's copying so-and-so, but at the end of the day, if you're actually looking at it objectively and actually paying attention to what's being put into the videos, Rob's personality is different from mine. Do we do the same thing? Yes. We are comic book commentators. We are basically the comic book equivalent of political pundits. But Rob has a very different way of doing things. Rob is very analytical. Rob is he's very detail-oriented. He is very big on obscure facts and knowledge that dates back to the golden age of comics. I'm not that guy. I think I'm more straightforward and to the point, which, is just what it is, because I don't have that type of knowledge that Rob has. I mean, I could if I just went, Googled it, but like Rob, I mean, and I know Rob has to study some of this stuff too, but it's just one of those things, like, yeah, I've told the story before in here, but I'll tell it again. When Batman White Knight was coming out, it was actually one of the few times, actually the only time in the run of Batman White Knight where Rob got a video out before me on that comic series. I was covering it. Rob was usually doing it like, a week or two after the fact. But when the last issue came out, he did it immediately, and he got his out before me. And I was actually in the middle of working on mine, and I saw his video pop, so out of curiosity, I just watched it because I wanted to see what points he was hitting. And then I realized, I was like, oh, wait, I'm watching this to see what points he's hitting so I'll know what to avoid, but I could just as easily make the exact same video and not intend to. So I ended up pushing my video back a week, or not even a week. It was like maybe 2 or 3 days to rework it so it wouldn't be the same thing. And focus on, and yet again, to focus on points he didn't, but also to make sure I didn't make it like his. So it becomes a process. Ooh, wait a minute, hold up.
Danger.
I see what you said, Live in Peace. You said Rob got no swag. Rob has no swag. The man swagger. He's swaggerless. Oh, damn. Oh, wait, hold on.
Danger.
Look, I don't want Rob to think I'm talking about him. Nah, man, I like Rob. I like Rob. He's a decent guy. He's a decent guy. I mean, I've never met him personally or spoken to him personally, but I've talked to him in a stream before. His stream, not mine, obviously. But yeah, so that said, I mean, I'm gonna run it back a little bit. I'm gonna run it back because I know there was some. God, I know there's. I haven't been paying attention to the chat, and I apologize for that. There's all sorts of. Oh, there he is. Okay, so basically what's going on here is that this week, and I guess you know what, because we've kind of hit the high points on everything. I do want to go ahead and hit you all with a little bit of housekeeping. A little bit of housekeeping. This is kind of like before I start getting into like answering questions and stuff like that. I don't want to get into some housekeeping. So basically what I've decided to do, life is hard. And social media, I think, is actually equally as difficult if you are a person who has multiple social media accounts and are trying to build a social media, I don't want to use the word empire, but a social media business, we'll just say business, out of, content creation. Dude, it's very difficult because it's a hard balance. It's a very difficult balance. So what I've decided to do, going forward, I tested this out with the Powers of 10 #2 video. And I'm not discouraging anyone to, leave comments or anything. That's not what I'm saying. I want to go ahead and make sure I preface everything I say with, I'm not discouraging you from leaving comments. But what I am saying is, I'm going to try a different approach because it is just really difficult to stop what I'm doing making a video to dive into the comments like every, little bit. Like, because just my life is hectic and I wear multiple hats. I don't just do YouTube. I do Twitch now as well because YouTube be on some fuck shit sometimes and motherfucker got to make some extra money. So I've been on Twitch as well lately and have been building over there as well. And I also highly advise if you want to come over and watch me play some video games and talk comics and wrestling and other non-video game, because usually we almost always wind up not talking about the game that I'm playing. It actually happens I would say it actually happens every time. We never talk about the game. No one's really paying attention to the game. It's more just me talking. Come on over to twitch.tv/Blerd Without Fear. There's a link in the description. You can go jump on that. And I actually will be doing a stream later today. I think we might be playing Dying Light or something. I don't know. Maybe some Overwatch. I might try Apex Legends again. I suck at it, so could be funny. That said, also, you know what? I gotta give myself another L. I forgot about this. How many L's is that today? That's like 1, 2, 3. That's at least 4 or 5 L's today that I'm taking. What I gotta get some wins. We gotta get some wins back in here. But basically, I do want to apologize again because I do remember I tweeted and put this on Facebook and Instagram to apologize about this, but I'll say it again here. I did accidentally, talking about technical issues. I guess maybe I just need to take a day to sit down and just really hammer out Streamlabs and just make it do what I needed to do because it keeps fucking up. Anyways, the other day, I think it was Monday, because I usually stream on Mondays on Twitch. I went live on Twitch and then realized I was not live on Twitch. I was live on YouTube because I was using OBS at the time, and OBS decided that when I switched from my Twitch to YouTube, OBS said, nah, bruh. You going live on YouTube today, brother. So yeah, I was actually live for I think 2 or 3 minutes before I actually realized it. Maybe longer than that, but I deleted it, so it's gone. That said, yeah, I apologize for that. That was unintentional. I didn't want y'all to think that there was a Blerd cave coming up when there really wasn't. I know there was a bunch of people that tried to jump in and see it, and there was nothing there. Well, there was something there. It just was, you saw the Twitch starting screen, and you may have heard me talking, but I mean, that's about it. Ooh, excuse me. I did not mean to burp into the microphone. But that said. Oh yeah, dude, we gotta let's see. Oh wow, shit. I need to get back in here and read some of this. Apparently, it's gotten wild. It has gotten wild. Dude, I see you in here. All right. Stephen Nabuki, I see you in here. What's going on? Edge of Tomorrow. Thank you, Comic God, because, yeah, I did not remember. I don't know, but they should have just kept Live, Die, Repeat. Seems like it would have been a... Yeah, anyway. Let's see here. Let's roll it back. I'm gonna get into some questions, but first things first. Let's look at... I'm gonna answer a question from the Discord first. Here, let's see, let's switch over here real quick. This one, and this is from Chillmonger, who I see is in the building. It says, of all the legacy characters that Marvel began pushing around 2015, who is in the best position? That's a good question. That's a very good question, and I have an answer. Okay, so basically, and for those, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, for those who don't know what we're talking about here, there were some other stories I was going to cover today, but we're going to go ahead and kill all of those because they're not really that important. It's like a bunch of little nothing, it's like nothing burger stories. So we're going to not cover any of those. So we're just cut all that out. Just cut it all out. We're done. Let's see here. So basically, let me see if I can find it. I want to try and find something to kind of give y'all an idea. So basically, I think what Chillmonger is talking about is motherfucker. Why are you being lame? Why are you being so lame? Oh, there it is. So basically, what Chillmonger is talking about here is this. Because basically there was a whole bunch of legacy characters that kind of, and this is part of what Marvel catches a lot of flack for, is with the way they handled what was it? I guess it was Marvel. All new, all different Marvel, basically, more or less. But basically what they were doing is they had, or actually, wait a minute, I didn't mean to do that. I actually just meant to scroll down. I'm fucking up today. Anyways, basically what they were doing, now let's bring this in a little bit, see if we can, okay, there we go. That's better. So basically, what they were doing is they were bringing in a bunch of new legacy characters. That's where you got, you got, what was it, Ironheart, you got, Sam Wilson, the Falcon, as Captain America. They brought in, they technically, Scott Lang had been around, but they started to focus more on him as Ant-Man. You got Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel. Miles Morales was more officially a part of the main Marvel universe, and you had Jane Foster, as Thor. And in that, yeah, you had this just really crazy, thing that people were, kind of freaking out about because they thought their characters were being taken away from them, and that was not the case. But basically, of those characters, the ones I think are actually in the best possible position, honestly, it's kind of a toss-up because I think that I haven't been reading Ms. Marvel lately. But I feel like Ms. Marvel has been pretty solid for a while. I think Ms. Marvel's been doing pretty good for a while. I think that Miles Morales is in a good position. He's in a good position. Also, I forgot about Sam Alexander as Nova. Forgot about that. And Amadeus Cho. Forgot about him too. They technically are kind of a part of that too. But I don't know. I think as far as characters go, oh, man. And then, of course, and Since Jane Foster is no longer Thor, she's technically switched over to being Valkyrie, so I don't think she's in the best possible position, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's just she's in a different position now, and it was never her place to stay Thor. That was never going to be a thing. That was never in the cards, like, at all. So it would be it's. I feel kind of bad for even saying that she's not in the running, just because I didn't think she was a bad character. And I think she did an amazing job. Or Jason Aaron did a great job, writing her. But I gotta say, just between some of the stuff that's going on with Kamala Khan and Miles Morales, I gotta give it to them. But I would also be remiss if I didn't say I'm really feeling where Ironheart's going right now. And I'll say it, I've said it before, I will say it again. I almost did a video on it, but I just didn't feel like it was worth wasting the energy. Because I feel like I'd be talking to a brick wall, honestly, because I know there's that sector of people out there who just hate Riri Williams because reasons. But Eve L. Ewing has made Riri Williams an amazing character. And not to say she wasn't an amazing character before, she was just a character that I think people weren't used to seeing. I think when people see a black character who doesn't act like a thug or isn't talking jive or, isn't, the stereotypical 106 in Park kid, people start thinking, oh, well, this is, she's garbage. And it's like, no, she was a real character. It's just that she had problems. I mean, you think about it. She has literally watched almost everyone she loves die in front of her. I think that would do something to somebody. She literally watched her father die in what, if I'm remembering correctly, was in an act of gun violence. It's one of those things. She was affected. She was a kid who was smarter than other kids and didn't know how to relate to most other kids. Like, that's not an uncommon thing. I see it all the time. I was not in the intelligence department. I wasn't like a rocket scientist or anything. But as a kid, when growing up, I was way more mature than other kids that were my age. I hated hanging out with other children. Like, even when I was as young as 6 or 7, even 8, I hated being around other kids because I was like, dude, y'all are trash. I was like, dude, y'all, like, I was the guy who was like, you know how you have those old movies where, like, you have the kid and, like, you have the friends of, the group of friends, they're all kids, and you have the one kid who just ain't here for any of the bullshit? That was me. That was me. I was the kid who usually be sitting in the back and be like, man, look, man, y'all fucking up. I gotta go. So, yeah, there you go. But I would say Miles Morales, I think, is the one. Actually, I'm gonna give it to, man, it's tough. I want to give it to Kamala, too, but just because they seem to be the ones most likely to get used in anything soon, as far as like on a bigger scale, I'm going to give it to them. I think it's a tie between Kamala and Miles. But yeah, anyways. Okay. Let's get through here. Y'all are wild, man. Y'all are wild. I'm just kind of running back there trying to play catch up. Okay, so Stefan, I see you in here. You have said, let's see. You said, okay, is Ascension in X-Men a positive desired? Is Ascension in X-Men a positive desired outcome for year 1000 X-Men? See, that's the thing. I don't think it is. I mean, I think it could be, because the thing is, when the Phalanx assimilate a civilization, that civilization is theoretically gone. They lose their identity. I think it would be a bad thing, personally. Me personally. And let's see, was it Anthony Marciano asked, how is it damning every story, I guess referring to Jonathan Hickman, every story has elements from others. It is basically impossible to not be influenced by something. No, I agree. It is impossible to not be influenced by something. The thing that is damning is that, once again, she's not following this up. She's not suing him. But what is damning is the fact that he literally was talking about how much he loved her stories. And that one in particular. And then wrote a story using an element from it. and kind of trying to, and I mean, and he did even kind of admit himself that, yeah, there are elements there. He admitted it. I say it's damning because anyone who thinks that, anyone who would think that, there was nothing there, I would say, no, there is something there. But the thing is, if the similarities simply stop at the fact that Mora, lives and dies and comes back again, then that's fine. If it goes any further than that, yeah, it'd be pretty bad. Heck, even the fact that, granted, it's part of Mora's character to be a doctor, but at the same time, the similarities just, in the sense that Mora's first life was remarkably unremarkable, just like Harry August. And then it's every life afterward that is, full of all this. Like literally in both story arcs, Harry August and Mora have boring lives. They literally have the most vanilla white bread, just plain boiled chicken breast and broccoli life that you could ever fucking have. And that's kind of where, I'm like, man, where there's smoke, there's fire. But if it stops there, then it's nothing. Which is kind of what I was talking about earlier. Or not earlier, but afterwards, in regards to how I view the dynamic between myself and other comic book channels. Like, the similarities stop at the fact that we cover comics. We all have different opinions. Let's see here. Booth. Oh, hey. It says, I found this site after Comics Explained incorrect takes on House of X #2. People in the comments mentioned that the takes here were better. Oh, wow. Really? Were y'all putting Wow! Hold on. Wait a minute. That's a level up. Dude, I'll take that. Thank you for that, Booth. Thank you for letting me know that. Like I said, I ain't hating on Rob, but I do think that's kind of an interesting thing that I haven't watched this video, so now I gotta go watch it because now it's gonna become a vanity. It's gonna become a vanity search now and be like, man, I gotta look at it now and see what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's go down. Let's keep going down. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. Actually, dude, thank you, Lemon Piece, for pointing that out. Lemon Piece was talking about Eve Ewing's Ironheart, but he also brought up Miss Marvel, Miles, and Ghost Rider. So yeah, no, I think that actually, let me take that back, man. So here we gotta run it back. So yeah, Miles, Miss Marvel, Ironheart and Ghost Rider are in the best possible positions right now. So yeah, that actually kind of proves my point. So yeah, I agree with that. Especially lately, because they're really Avengers. Jason Ayers is really putting some respect on Robbie Reyes' name right now. So I'm here for it. Here, let's see here. Oh, I see, dude. Wait a minute. I just realized my boy One Above None is in the building. What's going on, man? It says moving bot moving. I'm here, baby. Yeah, dude, hey, everybody go check out my guy One Above None over on twitch.tv. Twitch.tv/ One Above None. He's awesome, man. My guy's got wild Overwatch plays. He's also been playing that J-Stars. Putting some respect on that game's name because everybody's too busy playing Jump Force. But yeah, no, yeah, Miles, yeah, but yeah, y'all are right though. Yeah, and actually, I see some other people. Lex, I see saying the same thing. Miles, Kamala, Riri, Robbie. Now that is a top 4, and honestly, I think that is your squad. I think that is your squad going forward. I think you can build off that squad. I can't think of a 5th character though. If to make it a top 5, I'll say that right now, Lex. I can't think of one. I mean, you could say, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. No, I can't think of one. Man, I'm sitting here. I'm still trying to think of one. I can't think of one. Nah, nothing. I got nothing. Okay, so, was it Doctor Strange? Dude, Doctor Strange was popping. I appreciate what you were saying earlier in the chat earlier. I appreciate that, man. Doctor Strange has been here putting respect on my name. But no. What was it? You were saying. Here, wait. Where did it go? I was looking at it and then it went away. It was popping. Okay, there it is. You said can't remember copyright law class that well, but I think it's like 30% similarity can be sued for. Yeah, that sounds about right. And which that makes sense. Makes sense. I think it's honestly, and I know I talked about, I framed it around plagiarism, but the thing is, it's really not plagiarism. He didn't plagiarize her work. It's just it's a small facet of he took what some would consider a chunk, a sizable, like the framework of her story for the first 15 lives of Harry August. He took that and turned it into a modicum of his story for House of X. And even she recognized that. So there you go. It's that. It's that. Let's see here. Hey, what's going on, Roblox? What's popping? Let's see here. Let's see. Sincere James, what's going on? Says, hey, what's up? He said, what's up here, Ernie? How you doing? Love your show. Love your job. I'm just getting here. So, question: Venom's son is a symbiote? What? Yeah. It hasn't been confirmed. But it is very heavily implied, and I apologize earlier for the audio issues. So, I apologize for that. Because yeah. Y'all can see what I was talking about, but not actually hear what I was saying. But basically, when Anne Wayne, Venom's ex-wife, when she had the Venom symbiote and was She-Venom, something happened that caused her to have... They don't really say if she was pregnant with Dylan or if he was just materialized. They haven't revealed that part yet. But basically what she implies is that her and Eddie did not have sex and have Dylan that way. He just arrived. And it's implied that Dylan is a spawn off the symbiote. Maybe. Or maybe the symbiote impregnated Anne Wayne. I don't know. It's hard to say. But at some point, I think that we're going to find out that Dylan is not too dissimilar, because Donny Cates is really good about setting this up. I really think y'all should go back and read this or go watch my videos about the earlier parts of Venom, the Rex storyline. But Rex Tyler, I think when Donny Cates introduced us to Rex Tyler and revealed that Rex was not alive, that he was that the real Rex Tyler was dead, and the Rex Tyler that Eddie was talking to this whole time was in fact a symbiote and a piece off the Grendel dragon from the symbiote dragon that belonged to Knull. I think that that was all a setup to kind of get us prepared to see more things like it, because we do see some new stuff happening, at least to me it was new, in Absolute Carnage Scream #1, in regards to some things symbiotes can do that maybe we haven't seen before. We have also seen, we've seen other things, but basically what I'm saying is, if Dylan turns out to be a symbiote in the way that the Rex Tyler symbiote was, I wouldn't be surprised, because Donny Cates has proven that symbiotes can mimic human life on a scary level. On a scary level. But anyways, I tell you what, just for you, Steven, we're gonna put Lousa at number 5. Lousa at number 5 she's gonna be the next. She's top 5 dead or alive in Marvel Legacy characters out of 2015. Just top 5 dead or alive. Dude, y'all are wild. Here, wait a minute. Eddie Brock should y'all talking about Eddie Brock should go to the Mari show. Eddie Brock, you are not the father. Dude, and you know what? If he does it, y'all got to play the Guile theme. Like, he runs off to the back and he had like doing the dance. Play the Guile theme. It goes with everything. Oh, man. Dude, yeah, dude, it would be wild. I'd be here for it. That said, oh my God. Here, do we got anything else? Going in here? We got any, let's see what else. We're gonna run it back. A little bit. Run it. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a question from Instagram, because I was asked a question on Instagram, because that happens. That's a thing. That was a thing that happened. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. I had it. It was here. There you go. All right. Technically, I answered this on the... I actually directly answered their question. But Big J Blessed 81 asked me on Instagram. Said, good evening. Please help me out. How come Avengers and Fantastic Four never help the X-Men and mutants? About like Nimrod and Sentinel issues. Like basically asking like, you know, why like when mutants are being persecuted, the X-Men are being hunted down by these giant killer robots and these futuristic killer robots, why don't the Avengers and the Fantastic Four help out? And my answer is very simple. It's mostly I'll give you the answer I gave, and I'll kind of go into a little more, but mostly because Marvel had always treated the X-Men like they're their own. I meant to say their own. Autocorrect is my greatest enemy aside from Streamlabs OBS. But it says they treat the X-Men like their own corner of the Marvel universe, especially since most of their threats tend to only affect them. Basically what I'm saying is like, you know, Apocalypse. I mean, technically Apocalypse affects everybody else, but like if you start getting like the Friends against the Friends of Humanity, the Sapient League, the ONE, the Office of National Emergency. When you start going into those, types. The Purifiers. They don't really affect humans. They really only affect mutants. So it's like the Avengers are kind of like, not my problem. But yeah, and the thing is, it is messed up because when you think about it, the Avengers have mutants on their team, most of which are X-Men. And then you also got to think about the fact that the Fantastic Four, Reed and Sue literally have a son who is a mutant. An Omega level mutant at that. So yeah, it is a little weird. It is something I thought was kind of strange and unusual. Not a thing that I think should be a thing anymore. I think that's something maybe that'll be changed with Jonathan Hickman. Though somebody did point out something to me, and I want to show this to y'all. Because wait a minute, I got another one here. Actually, this one also from Instagram, from the IG. Let's see here. Knull is coming asked. Here's a question you can maybe address on the stream. Do you think Knull could affect Anti-Venom? Interesting question. Very good question. I think because Knull is so powerful and all symbiotes for the most part kind of spawn from him, and considering how he was able to negatively affect the Red Goblin, I think he might be able to do something to Knull, but not in a way that would be like ultimately damning to Knull. Like, I think he could probably affect him a little bit, but not entirely. I would imagine he wouldn't be able to. He would, like, Anti-Venom would get in some body blows. He would get in some body, like he gets some, some shots to the body, but make Knull have to cover up a little bit. But I don't think he could. I don't think he could take Knull down. Like Anti-Venom is not solo in Knull. Like, it just ain't gonna happen. Okay, I'll take that back. If it was the Knull that showed up during Volume 1 of Venom under Marvel Fresh Start, Maybe, because that wasn't Knull at his most powerful. That was literally like Frieza fighting at 15% full potential because he wasn't really there. Knull was not on Earth. He was still trapped in the Clintar, so he's not even at his most powerful, and he damn near killed Eddie Brock. He damn near killed Venom, so I would imagine that Anti-Venom would probably be able to put hands on him and, put him on the run, but I don't think he'd be able to 100% defeat him. He would stand a better chance against that version of Knull than a Knull that is free and is at full power, is kind of where I'm coming from here. I do want to show y'all something, though. I just thought about this. I got tagged in something yesterday. And, man, look at that, man. My girl Dark Angel out here putting respect on my name. Ain't that about a bitch? Not calling you one. Just warms my heart. So, let's see here. Okay, so here's the thing I found. I got tagged in something the other day, and it kind of made me smile, and I want to share this with y'all. Let me scroll past Superhuman, because he's all kinds of wildin'. Okay, so I want to show y'all this. And this is something, this comes from Jonathan. I think this is from, this is from Jonathan Hickman's run on the Fantastic Four back in 2012. So basically, they're sitting there, they're having this conversation, and basically what's going on is, and I think this is Johnny Storm here who's telling the story. He's kind of a little gruff looking, but basically saying Mom was part-timing as an Avenger at the time, so she was out, and no, not him, somebody else. So she was out. Dad had gone down with the Foundation, so all that was left were the three of us, Leech and the Impossible Man. So let me make sure I got this right. The greatest occasional superhero team in the history of the world, and you, Ben. And he's like, exactly. Anyway, right before we made our final charge against Nimrod, he brought up Nimrod, you got blasted by an Omega Sentinel, and it destroyed all your clothes, which normally isn't a big deal, but that was when you turned human. So, like I said, that's just something that I thought was kind of funny. Like, someone tagged me in that, and I'd actually forgotten about this. It's been so long since I've read it, but man, that said, I just thought it was hilarious. But it's just something really weird. Like, I wonder if we'll actually see a callback to that, because Hickman is very good about calling back to his other works. So part of me is kind of wondering if maybe this will be a thing. If this will maybe come up at some point. Which, by the way, that wasn't not Human Torch. That was an older Franklin Richards. Forgot about it. So basically, it was older Franklin Richards telling younger Franklin Richards about the future. It's probably something you shouldn't do. But anyways, that said, let's go dig back in here into this chat. Okay, wait a minute. It says, let's see here. MN says, I'm waiting on Hickman picking up on that "we is yo kinfolk" moment from House of X1 with regards to Franklin. Yeah, dude, I'm waiting on it too. I really can't wait to see that. Because that was a moment that I felt like, I don't know, that was pure flex material. You know what I'm saying? That was pure flex, all flex. Like here, let me pull this up, but that moment is pure 100% absolute gold. And let's switch back over. Like, if you go look at it right here, it's like, the whole time it's like he's sitting there telling me, it's like, it's very simple, Susan. I believe in what Charles Xavier is doing, and please greet your son for me. He's like, and tell him when he's ready, he has family on Krakoa waiting for him. Dude, if that's not a flex, what is? What is? What is? I want to know. If that is not a flex, what is? My man Cyclops out here with the big dick energy coming at him like, dude, no, it's... We as kinfolk. What you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? Here, let me see here. Dude, no, and that's the thing. And I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't be surprised. I think I talked about this in the Powers of 10 video, or maybe I talked about it on a previous stream. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if. Don't be surprised if Franklin Richards factors in more with the overarching X-Men side of things in the Marvel universe. Don't be surprised. I'm serious about that. I am serious as a heart attack when I say do not be surprised if that's the case, because it very well possibly can happen. Yeah, just be like, hey, dude, this guy, he's got a seat at the table. Done. Let's see, Wilbur Robinson says Captain America was created to hunt mutants, so I would guess on the subconscious level, he, who usually leads the Avengers team, said if something gets to them before we have to deal with them, cool. Yeah, that is kind of the case. Yeah, that is actually something you kind of forget about. And it's the thing, like, and Captain America has since kind of softened on his stance against mutants in regards to, like, how he views the X-Men. But the thing is, I feel like just the entirety of the Marvel Universe as a whole just doesn't give a damn about him. It's like, oh, they're hunting them and not me? Cool. Let's see here. Dude, put some respect on Slip. Dude, here's the thing, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. You can say what you will about Hickman. You can say what you will about his about his story being too similar to somebody else's, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you what. He was putting real respect on Cyclops' name, because since House of X has started, Cyclops is probably done. Of any X character who's been featured so far, he is probably done next to the least amount of anything, and still is one of the more interesting characters of the book. And that is in a story arc where you have a Moira McTaggart who we didn't know was a mutant until just now, and we're like, mind blown over it. And it just is what it is. It is what it is. Dude, my man's Alternative Factuals up in the building. What's going on? Let's see here. Lemon Piece. Well, let's see. Lemon Piece, you said you feel like Marvel's always keeping relatability in mind. Has been why they have been able to easily adapt to contemporary storytelling more than DC has. Yes, I do agree with that because, okay, so here's the thing. DC always refers to their heroes as like gods. Like even Batman, they're like, even when they came up with Injustice was gods among us. When you go back to the comics, they're literally like the heroes of the DC universe are often considered gods because you look at their power levels, yeah, they kind of are. But so it's really difficult to tell relatable storylines with them, and that's why it's always so rare when some come along. So yeah, no, I think that's 100% true, and I think that is also why there's a reason why. And I'm not saying DC doesn't do relatable storylines, but what I'm saying is why they don't do them as often as Marvel does, and why Marvel is always considered being SJW for trying to tell contemporary stories, for trying to be relatable to all people. Because I mean, it's not the 60s anymore. It's not just white people buying comics. It's not just white men buying comics anymore. It's everybody. Everyone's buying comics. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, brown, blue, green, purple, or periwinkle blue. It doesn't matter what color you are, and it doesn't matter what gender you are. Everybody is reading comics now. And even before now. One of the things, like, I always hear people say, oh, I don't know why they're making storylines this way. They're trying to cater to this person, cater to that person, cater to this person, cater to that person. Well, there's a reason why they are doing that, because you got to think about it. When people say that, I always like to take them back to 66? People said the same thing about Black Panther. You're just catering to the blacks. When they made Luke Cage, you're just catering to the blacks. When DC finally came up with Black Lightning, they're like, oh, you're just catering to the blacks. People used to say the same thing. And here's the deal. It was because Marvel realized, hey, black people buy comics. Black people had their own imprint of comics back in the day. All Negro comics. It was a thing. So yes, black people buy comics. So they started making characters for black people to read so that they would buy their comics. It's called smart business. And if you ran a business and did not act accordingly on that information, you would be the biggest goddamn fool, and you would take one of these. Growing up in Memphis, and getting to know a diverse group of people. You know, all the people that read comics when I was growing up, they were the misfits. Like, they were the societal misfits of that era. And so it was like your black nerds. It was your LGBTQ, but maybe they weren't out yet, or maybe they were out, but they felt like they didn't have anywhere to go, so comics was a place. Like, comics and sci-fi were a place for them to go. If you ever go to a Comic-Con, no one pays attention to it, but it's like, do you know how many people of color and people of different sexualities and genders and shit go to fucking comic conventions? Most of the conventions I go to, at least a third of the crowd is LGBTQ. and another third of that crowd are people of color. You'd be like, so case in point. If I opened a sandwich shop, it was the greatest sandwich shop in the world, and I only made sandwiches for black people, that would be stupid. That would be stupid, because let me tell you this, and please believe me when I say this. Everyone eats sandwiches. Make sandwiches for everybody. Also, it's pretty stupid to think that certain people don't eat sandwiches because of the color of their skin. But what I'm trying to say is this basically a simple point that if you ignore a demographic, that demographic is not going to come to you. And it's kind of part of the reason why, for a good long while, being black and being into comics was kind of considered white people shit. Because we didn't have characters that represented us and our interest. That's kind of a major factor in it. And now that comics do, maybe not in the best ways, but do more than they used to represent our interest and represent people who look like us, it is now more acceptable among the black community to be into comics, especially in light of the MCU. So, I mean, yeah, there it is. Had to do the Whitney Houston thing there. But no, thank you so much for that. Michael Raleigh, I appreciate that. $4.99 super chat. Here, look, hitting me with the wild super chat here. Go ahead.
Got the check.
Whenever I talk to cis white people about this, I ask them to imagine a world where you don't see yourself represented. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because basically what we're talking about here is this. This is something I always hear people say, and I always see this get passed around on Facebook and Twitter. But it's actually something I've always believed, that, back in the day when I was a little kid, people used to have this saying, and it went like this. They used to always tell you that sex is like air. It doesn't really mean anything to you till you're not getting any. Representation is kind of the same way. Representation does not matter to you if you're already getting it. But if you're not getting it, it does. And that's kind of how it goes. It's one of those situations where, yeah, if you're not getting the thing that you want, of course you're going to notice it. And if you've been getting it, and if you've always had it, then of course you're not going to notice. And it will always kind of, like, okay, basically, only to people who are tone deaf, and I would even dare say and I would even dare say people who may even be racist, whether they realize it or not, or whether it's intentional or not, only to them can equality seem like oppression. Equality always seems like oppression to people who are already privileged, because that means that, oh, I'm not special anymore. I'm not getting special treatment anymore, and that's where we're going with that. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that slang keeps strucking, dude. Hey, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, man. Welcome to the goddamn party. Brother Box keeps saying, and Hawaiians. Yes, and Hawaiians. Yes, Hawaiian. Dude, we can't leave the Hawaiians out. We can't leave them out. I keep forgetting about them, but they are a thing. Stephen Nambuki says, diversity in comics has come a long way since way back then. Yes, it has. It actually has. It's a lot better than what it used to be. A whole lot better than what it used to be. It used to be pretty goddamn bad. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Maria's up in here. What's poppin'? Said Rocket is still more relatable than most Marvel counterparts. Yes, Rocket is. Was, and still is till this. Y'all know the.
To this day.
Wait a minute. Jason Russ said, hold on, Blur Without Fear. Did you step into the house of one with this sermon? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Let's see, was it, Listen, Robert Rose, I'm clowning with the hands raising. Dude, I am. I'm just all over the place. Let's see here. Theopen says, just don't gender/race bend my characters. Leave them be and make new ones. Well, okay, so here, I have a rebuttal to you for that. And actually, I was talking to a new and good friend of mine, and a friend of the channel, Oliver Banks, from Art Monkey Animation. We were actually talking about this, about how people always use the new character argument when they say make new characters, in regards to their characters, them feeling their characters are changed. Here's the thing. The characters aren't changed. I always feel like that's a misnomer that they don't realize when people say that. Your characters haven't been changed. They haven't been gender bent. The characters are always still there. It just so happens that the mantle has been passed. Think about it. There are some people, I'm pretty sure in this chat, who Barry Allen is not their Flash. Jay Garrick is. Or maybe it's Wally West. They're not new characters. Barry technically is a new character, but he's a Flash. Wally West is a Flash. It's a thing. Like Thor. Everybody's like, oh, they turned Thor into a woman. No, they didn't. Actually, what they did was Thor himself became unworthy, and Jane Foster technically did become Thor, but Thor was still Thor. They just decided to focus on Jane Foster for a while Thor was busy trying to get his shit together. You look at Iron Man. Ironheart at no point in time ever called herself Iron Man. She actually hated the idea of being called Iron Man and preferred to be called Ironheart. I mean, and even as time went on, she even changed her suit to look less and less like his. You look at, Captain America. Steve Rogers didn't change. Steve Rogers didn't magically pull a Lois Lane and become black. He just got old and couldn't be Captain America anymore, so he passed the mantle, much like he did with Bucky, to Sam Wilson. Nobody bitched and moaned when it was Bucky, but they bitched and moaned when it was Falcon. And here's the thing, Falcon has almost, if not just as much, as rich a history with Captain America as Bucky does. So, I mean, what's the big deal? No one can sit here and tell me that, oh, well, it made more sense with Bucky because he was his sidekick. So was Falcon. So I always hate that argument because the characters aren't changed. They're still there. New characters have taken the mantle. So, yes, they are making new characters. But here's the other thing. So when these new characters that aren't getting the mantle past them, and I will point to one like Mosaic, his book gets canceled because the book was good, the character was interesting, but guess what? Nobody bought it because people would rather read the same old Wolverine, Batman, Superman, X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, Justice League, Avengers. They would rather read the same books they've been reading for the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 fucking years than read something new. And that's a fact. That and to quote my man Adam Cole, that is undisputed. That is an undisputed truth. I know comic book owners. I've talked to them about this. People would rather read the same old shit day in and day out. I know people who do this. They would rather eat the same can of tuna every fucking day for the rest of their life than try something new. That's what happens every time. When people ask, well, what happened to so-and-so character? What happened to this character? What happened to that character? What happened to that character? Nobody bought it. It doesn't, and before anyone says, oh, well, the stories aren't good. No, this is even when the stories are good. This is even when the stories are good, and the art is good, and everything is good, people still don't buy the book. So I hate that argument. I'm not trying to come down on you or anything. I don't want to seem like I'm thrashing you or anything, but that's just an argument I've gotten sick of hearing. I've been reading comics for, I'm almost 37. I've been reading comics for 33 years. I've been reading comics since I was fucking 4 years old. I've seen this shit. This ain't new. This is how it's always been. People would just rather... Like, honestly, when Deadpool came out, it took forever for Deadpool to catch on. He had to be around for a while. But yeah, see, anyways, back to what I was talking about. Was the approach nurse says, I get annoyed when people don't think women read comics. I started reading them at 5, so 38 years. Yeah, so yeah, there you go, exactly. That's the thing. Everybody reads comics. And here's the thing, and I'll throw you one better. If you don't want your character's race bent or gender bent, I've even heard some people say they don't like their characters being made gay all of a sudden. But here's the thing. I know lots of people who have been straight half their life, or at least thought they were, and then realized they were gay. Look no further than Caitlyn Jenner, who was Bruce Jenner for forever. Used to be, and I've said this plenty of times, it used to be the poster child for a man's man. And then sometime later has a sex change. Many moons later. And is now Caitlyn Jenner. It happens. This isn't new. There's a reason why sitcoms often use that as a trope. The dad who used to be a hard ass on their kid, and then they haven't seen their dad in a while, and their dad comes back, and suddenly their dad is their mom. There's a reason why that trope comes up a lot. It's because it actually happens. Or the child finds out that their parent is gay. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. It's not new. It's just life. But that said, hey, what's going on, Terra Emperor? What's poppin'? Let's see here. Dr. Strange, I'm glad I took the day off for this dude. Hey, man, I'm glad you did too. I'm glad you made it. Lex Bryce said, Blerd out here pulling a priest move on us, but stating facts. I mean, it's true. I got receipts for this shit. I dare someone to try and tell me that. I mean, you can tell me I'm wrong, but you would be wrong. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Let's see. Tubes, the one says they used to call Milestone the comics for blacks, even though they were more diverse than Marvel and DC combined. Yes! Exactly my fucking point. It wasn't just a black imprint. The Blood Syndicate. The Blood Syndicate. More than half of them were Hispanic or like Puerto Rican. I think one was even Dominican. What was it? And heck, if I'm not mistaken, wait. Then you had the Shadow Cabinet. The Shadow Cabinet was fucking multicultural as shit. It may as well have been called the fucking Rainbow Coalition. Oh my God, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I hate when people, because that was something I actually talked about when I did the Nerd Night deal. And I talked about Milestone. I was talking about the fact that, people used to say that Milestone comics were too black, and it's like, no, they're just real. They're showing a world that is representative of the world at the time. Anyway, let's see here. Michael Raleigh says, only race bending I can think of is Punisher. Big yikes on that. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, if the Punisher wound up being black, do you know how many people would lose their shit? If Punisher pulled up one day with some melanin in him, it'd be over. Yeah, they said the same thing with Jon Stewart. They said, matter of fact, when Jon Stewart came in, they said he was too black. They said he was too angry. When Black Panther was out, they said the Black Panther had too many black characters. There weren't enough white characters. So Don McGregor said, okay, well, fuck you. I'm going to put the Klan in. Now what? Now there's your white people. Oh, yeah, no. Brother Boxers, you're not wrong. There are still people out here who think that Jon Stewart is the OG Green Lantern, and honestly, I'm okay with them thinking that. Even though technically Alan Scott is the original Green Lantern, and then, Hal Jordan came after him, and then Jon Stewart, so. You know what I mean? But because it's all about the time that you grew up, what is yours? Like, the thing that you identify with is what, if you grew up, like, for me, I didn't grow up with Barry Allen. By the time I was born, Barry Allen had already died in Crisis on Infinite Earths, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm remembering time and history correctly, let's see, Crisis on Infinite Earths. When did that book come out? Oh, no, I take that back. 1986. So, no, actually, correction. By the time I was reading comics, by the time I started reading comics, so let's see, what was it, 83, 84, 85, 86? Yeah, so I literally just started reading comics. Barry Allen was not my Flash. Wally West was my Flash. I like Barry Allen, but I like Wally West more. And honestly, Wally West was Flash for the next 20 years after that. So whenever I hear people say, oh, Barry Allen's my Flash, I was like, but when did you grow up? Like, if you were born in, like, the 80s or the 90s, and you tell me that Barry Allen is your Flash, I'm going to kind of give you a sideways glance, because I want some receipts. But anyways, Evil Penguin says, Ironheart scares people because she's a smart black woman. Sad truth. Yes, actually, I want people to understand this. The only thing, and this is something that I grew up learning and actually kind of seeing for myself, the only thing society is more afraid of than a smart black man is a smart black woman. Because a smart woman alone is a dangerous thing. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, a smart woman can change the world. And let's go back, let's roll it back to some commentary from Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel. The world ain't ready to be saved by anyone. That a black woman. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a thing. Trust me, it's a thing. And And said, was it Robert Jordan says, Blerd, you're right. You can't hold on to the mail forever. Pass it on. Let characters evolve. Exactly. That's the thing. People always say they want new characters, but they don't want new characters. They always say, oh, God, why didn't Spider-Man pass the torch? When he passes the torch, they get upset. What? You can't have it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's not how this works. It's not how this works. You can't just say, oh, well, I want to have my Batman and maybe have Dick Grayson as Batman as well. No, it's not the way that works. It's confusing. It's confusing. Hell, it's already confusing as it is that there's two people running around calling themselves Spider-Man. That's why they have to put, that's why the Miles Morales version, they have to kind of do his differently. And it's like, and I'm still cool with it. I love Miles. But the thing is, I mean, yeah, it's one of those situations where I feel like it's time to pass. It's like Peter Parker has had his run. Bruce Wayne has had his run. Clark has had his run. All of these characters have been around since what? Let's go back to Captain America, Steve Rogers, since the 40s. Superman since the 30s. And on forward, these characters have been around for so long. Let somebody else take a crack at it. I'm just saying. Anyway, The Open said, good rebuttal, and to be fair, my main concerns were Thor Odinson and Iceman for my points. No, I totally get that. And like I said, the one reason I don't get bothered by that. Like, I remember hearing when they first announced that Thor was going to be a woman. I was like, huh? All right, whatever. That was actually my initial reaction. But when I read it, I was like, dude, this is actually handled really well. This is done really well. And not only that, Thor still had his own book. It was Unworthy Thor, and he factored heavily into Secret Empire. He factored heavily in almost every story arc that was going on. So I was like, oh, they're still treating him with respect. I mean, now Iron Man, on the other hand, yeah, he was technically in a coma because he got his ass beat. But anyways, the whole point is that, and then Iceman, I didn't mind that so much because, yeah, I mean, heck, like I said, I talked about this before, but one of my closest family members, one of my cousins, didn't realize that they were gay until they were in their 20s, and they didn't realize, and they probably always knew. They probably always knew, but they didn't know. Yeah, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it didn't hit them until later in life. And it didn't hit them until even later in life. They realized that they didn't feel comfortable being a woman. They identified more as a man, and then they changed that. So I mean, it happens. And that was something that was done in their mid to late 30s, almost early 40s. And if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. Anyways, that's just how life works. I mean, heck, think about it this way. I lived my entire life. I think I lived about half of my life up to that point. It wasn't until I was in high school I realized that, like, because I never thought about race in regards to the people I date, but I always dated, black girls when I dated, and I was always more interested in them. And then one day I realized when I was in high school, I was like, oh, wait. I like all types of girls. I even realized as I got older that, like, I used to have a type. People say they have a type. I realized I don't have, I mean, I have a type, but I realized I had types that I never thought about before. I don't know. It's just something to think about. Your mind and your heart can always change. And who you are, sometimes you don't realize who you are until you've lived a while. That's why I always tell people, whoever you think you are at 15, you will not be that same person at 25. And when you get to 35, hell, when you get to 30, you won't be that same person. And by the time you hit 35, you'll be a whole entirely different person. People evolve. And honestly, the people who don't change, those are the motherfuckers I worry about. But thank you for keeping it respectful. Thank you for keeping it respectful. Let's see here. I lost some here. Wilbur Robinson said if the Punisher became black, they'd kill him within a year. Just the image of a black man killing people, criminals or not, will terrify. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I think it's something you should do. I think that what they should do, and if Marvel was smart, I would do this. Matter of fact, I can tell you what, Marvel, hire me. I'll write your story. I'll draw it too, damn it. If you pay me. You gotta pay me, though. You know what you gotta do. But what I would do is, I would have Frank Castle pass the torch. I didn't pass the torch. Matter of fact, you know what I would do? Here, and this is how I'll fuck with you. So you know how... I would actually do a new character. I would actually do an entirely new character. But what I would do is... I would make it to where... Instead of this, this guy being the Punisher, I mean, of course, he's going after everybody. But what if he started going after... American terrorists? Like, what if he went against, what if this guy started going after mass shooters, people who were shooting up synagogues? What if he was going after people who were shooting up gay clubs and concerts and shit? What if this was a guy who was going after people who targeted minorities? I would even do it as a long-range series. I'd run it 12 issues. Let it breathe a little bit, and it could be canon, it could not be canon. But you know what? That one comic would change people's perspectives if they actually took the time to read it, not just hate it out of hand because they see something they don't like. It's kind of like, it's the argument that I always make with a friend of mine who's a good friend of mine, so I'm not going to air him out. I'm not going to air him out on the stream, but I remember a couple of years ago when the show Dear White People came out on Netflix, and he saw me talking about it on Facebook, and he was like, yeah, I'm not going to watch this. I just feel like this show is already attacking me. And I was like, it's not really. I said, have you watched the show? He was like, no, and I'm not going to. And I was like, and he's white. He's a white guy, mind you. But I'm going to air him out. I'm not going to air him out 100%, but I'm going to air him out a little bit. But I was trying to explain to him, I was like, dude, you should actually give it a chance because it's not just a show that bashes white people. It actually kind of points a spotlight on everybody. It just happens to be called Dear White People. But honestly, I think the show is more for white people than it is for black people, just in the sense that it does shine a light on, biases and your biases and whatnot. If you have any. Heck, it actually showed me I had some biases that I didn't realize I had. And it actually taught me a lot about a certain sector of the black male community I didn't know existed. So yeah, I always say, you have to give it a chance. You have to give something a chance. And honestly, I think if they did that, it would probably change people's perspectives if they saw a black man with a white skull in his chest running around killing white people. Not saying that that should be happening, but if he was doing it like killing criminals who were targeting minorities, it would change the game. Marvel would catch flack for it, but fuck it, why not? Take the flack. You take flack for everything else. They take flack for making gay characters. They take flack for making minority characters. Go ahead and take some flack for some more social commentary. Why not? Do it. Don't be scared. Hell, I'm not. That is why this channel is called Blerd Without Fear. I ain't scared of shit. Except spiders. I'm scared of spiders. Yes! Let's see here. Let's see here. Yes, this is. Limpy said, "Let me have my cake and eat it too." The creed of comics since the 1950s. Yeah, it is. It is the creed of comics. Yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah, they was approaching her and said, I'm doing a video on it tomorrow because issue 4 has me Oh, wait a minute. I see what you're talking. Okay, I see what you're talking about. It says, yeah, she said, yeah, she said they mean the Arrowverse is their Flash when they say the Barry's their Flash. And that's honestly what I agree. I agree with that. It says, here was it, Steve said, Blur, you only 37, 38, young Thundercat. Dude, I'm a youngin', man. I'm a youngin'. Dude, ho! Sword of Omens. Wait, hold on. Sword of Omens. Give me sight beyond sight. Yeah, I used to watch the fuck out of that shit, though. Let's see here. Dude, yes. Dude, Alternative Factual said, people are afraid of characters changing because that would cement that times are indeed different. Also, comics would reflect all the things wrong and right in the world when expanding to new characters. Exactly. Alternative Factual said exactly what I'm saying. Like, exactly what I'm telling you. That is 1,000% correct. People cannot handle change in general. Back when digital switch was happening and the first LCDs were replacing tube TVs, some people went crazy. No, they did. Okay, first off, remember how people freaked out when TVs were even created in the first place? They're like, oh, it's going to ruin society. And then when VCRs came out, movie theaters thought they'd go out of business. They're still here. When Napster came along, the music industry thought that it would not be around in the next 15 years. Guess what? More than 15 years later, the motherfucker's still here. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Wait, I lost one. Here it is. Alternative Factual say, first of all, if they ever did that with the Punisher, I guarantee you the comic book community would crumble by the number of complaints. They would. I know they would. The thing is, it's the same complaints they would have gotten if they had the internet back when the death, the night Gwen Stacy died came out. I've talked about this before. If social media existed then, they would have gotten the same number of complaints. The only difference is that back then there was no social media, and if you wanted to spread hate and vitriol, you actually had to put in the work. You actually had to write a letter or type one out and then get an envelope and a stamp and then mail it and then wait a month to see if it shows up in the back of the comic in the mailbag. Let's see here. Yeah, dude, I would say yeah, dude. Linux W says the new Punisher could be Latino and black. I wouldn't be against that. Hell, you know what? Make him Dominican. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Let's see here. Yeah, no, but he's but he also said was it Frank should be the man in the chair like Bruce and Batman Beyond. Dude, I would I'd fucking love that shit. I'd eat that shit up. Theopa says, dude, he said, write that Punisher story, use my likeness, full disclosure, I'm a black guy. Dude, hey, we'll make it happen. We'll cut the check. We'll cut the check. Dude, I'll write it. I'm not above it. I'll write it and I will send that motherfucker in. Because that's actually what they want. They don't want you to write original stories. They want you to write their characters. Let's see. Christopher Lane says, as for the Punisher, while this is an interesting concept, why hasn't anyone mentioned the Punisher Batman version who weaponized all of his Wayne tech? Is that not terrifying either? No, that is. You're talking about the Grim Knight. Yes, no, that's terrifying. That's a terrifying thing. That's a terrifying commentary on vigilantism and why I think that characters like Punisher are problematic. It's just a thing. Let's see here. Let's see. Brother Baca says people would be boycott Disney so hard. Snowflakes be snowflakes. Dude, actually, no, you ain't lying because they're slick trying to boycott Disney right now because of Mulan. Which technically the actress who was playing Mulan, she did kind of say some stuff that is kind of problematic. She's gonna get the danger button. Danger. She supporting because she showed support for the Chinese government in the wake of all this police brutality against these protesters in Hong Kong right now. So yeah, it's a little problematic. But heck, they're boycott. But China is also boycotting Shang-Chi because the guy playing Shang-Chi is Chinese, but he's from Canada. Which is funny, because I think I talked about this before, but I think people forget Shang-Chi is not 100% Chinese. He's half white. Dude, cash rules, man. Cash rules. Or it just said Links. He said, what if the new Punisher was a woman? Dude, I'd be here for it too. Actually, because they did that with Kick-Ass. The new Kick-Ass is a black woman, and I am here for it. Dude, that woman is badass. And she's an ex-military. So she actually has fighting capabilities. She actually has combat experience. So she's actually more dangerous than the original Kick-Ass. It's just she's a single black mother, and it's so good. Y'all should read. I highly advise read it. Ladies, let me say it's just basic. Wait. It's just basic thugonomics. Basic thugonomics. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word life. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. That's my favorite version of John Cena. Let's see. Here, I don't want to fuck up your name. So, was it PVT Zombie? Is that like Private Zombie? We're gonna say Private Zombie. Does any title tackle the issue of a completely masked superhero in regards to race? Like, how would people's attitudes change if the hero's face was ever publicly known? Yes, actually they did. That was in Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel, by Kevin Graveau. Because in the early parts of that book, he wore a white mask and people just assumed he was white. And when his mask gets damaged, they reveal it's a black man underneath, and the president literally makes him stop being a superhero because he's like, the world's not ready. The world's not ready. What was it, 1960? I think this was, since it was 1963, maybe? I can't remember exactly. Let's see here. Lemon Pea says, I think people can handle change with their powers at B that perpetuate negativity towards change for their own ends and interests. Yes, you are correct. You are 1,000% correct. Aggressively relaxes. There was a wonderful Spider-Man joke where he accuses 3J of hating him just because he's black. I do remember that. That is so wild. That is so wild. Oh my God, I had kind of forgotten about that. Jarrell Bose says, oh, dude, Jarrell up in here. What the? What's going on? Wilfredo Morales, there's a storyline where Frank Castle was made a black man. Was it? I have to look into this. now. I'm going to have to find this out. DeMarco Lang says, where is Anti-Venom in all of this carnage? Truth be told, hard to say, because the last person who had the Anti-Venom symbiote was Flash Thompson, and he's very dead. But that means he could probably come back, because if Scream is back, just saying. Jarrell Bose says Punisher should get another team of Thunderbolts to run. Yeah, honestly, actually, I really like that, because that was actually a wild-ass team. When Punisher was on Thunderbolts, that was wild. Let's see here. Christopher Lane says that whole miniseries was great. Wish they had pushed to 12 issues instead of 7. I'm sure the Batman Who Laughs will get his own book. It's not an if, but when. No, it definitely, he'll get his own book. He's too much of a license to print money. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, Lemon Piece, you actually said something I was thinking but just didn't articulate at the time. He says, the Grim Knight is terrifying because he is a uniquely American monster. The 1% using their ungodly resources to define their law and commit what is essentially domestic terrorism, and that's exactly what the Grim Knight is. He's American terrorism at the highest level. Not some mook in his mom's basement, stockpiling, AR-15s and assault rifles and bump stocks. This is a guy who has all the money and resources to do whatever he wants, and he does it. And it's rule of law. Like, he is the law. He's basically Judge Dredd. Yeah. That's what it is. Maria was saying she was pro Hong Kong police but lives in America. Exactly. Actually, I thought she was in Canada, but either way, it's still problematic. Let's see here. Chillmonger, you wild. Whether fighting or spitting, my discipline is unforgiving. Got you backing up in a defensive position. Dude, I love that shit. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. John Cena slick had some bars. The Open says, give me a Punisher, let Thunderbolts. I'd be here for it. Okay, I had it right. Private Zombie. Okay, yeah. He says, I will definitely give that book a look. Yeah, dude. Yes, I highly advise it. Let's see here. Aggressively relaxes. A girl is rocking the skull in the last issue of Punisher. I need to read that. I'm actually behind on Punisher. So I need to take a look at that. Linux W asks, how would I bring Blue Marvel into the MCU? Honestly, I would do it the way they did in the comics. I'd retcon him in. I would retcon him in. I would, and actually, in some ways, the way Captain Marvel was treated. Let him be a hero but instead of being active in the 90s, he was active in the 60s. Just like he was, in the comics, but have it be, have it be like well, it wouldn't be pre-Shield, but have it be like, post Captain America, dropped in the ice. And like he's the next one in line and kind of steps up when Captain America goes down. Like actually, you can even push it further back. That actually would make it even more interesting. Push him back to the 50s, the 40s and 50s, to have him be a guy who who served his country and was there, and saw everything Captain America did and got powers and just decided he was gonna serve his country on the highest level. And then, have it go from there. But have him be decommissioned by the government because of his identity getting out. And him having to, and then, maybe kind of flashing forward to today. Maybe do it like a la Deadpool, where you weave the flashbacks in and out of the narrative. So that way you're not spending half the movie in the 50s. Or, whatever time period you decide to set it in. But I would love to see that. I would love to see it. Matter of fact, you know what? Actually, take that back. You could have him be a kid back when the whole Captain America thing was going on, and then have him as he gets older. Then, either way, it's not, that part's not as important. But what is important is how you integrate him into the MCU like now. But you have it be a threat that is something the Avengers can't handle. It has to be a threat that is something that no one else can handle. There's no other hero can handle this. Or I take this back. Let it be something the Avengers can handle, but the Avengers aren't available, and he has to step up. He's like, I have to do this. I have to, I know that I am not supposed to. I have moved on with my life. I have thrown that part of my life away, but I'm going to get back in it. And dude, that would be, I think that'd be a great way to do it. I think it'd be a great way to do it. Lemon P says, who do you think has the best bars in the Justice League? Man, I'm gonna go and tell you right now. Best bars. All right, I'll say this. Depending on how deep into the Justice League I can go. Not just the current roster, but just period overall, Etrigan the Demon. Etrigan the Demon got bars for days. Etrigan has bars for days. That's my guy. He literally I've been asking for I've been asking for the mixtape for a while. I've been asking for the mixtape for quite some time. Just why we have not gotten it, I have no idea. But no, dude, because I mean, you gotta think about it. What was it? Everything he says is a rhyme, and he can literally turn just about anything into a rhyme. It's just crazy. Was it, oh, gone the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan? Dude, I love that shit. So great. He's like the perfect mix of he's the perfect mix of Hulk and Kamen Rider Double and oh god, why am I blanking? I'm forgetting the other hero, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm blanking on the other hero. Maybe Ghost Rider, Spawn, or something like that. Anyways, but yeah, no, I would love, dude. Can you imagine an Etrigan mixtape? Shit would be wild. Now, if it's actually out of the core, group, I'm probably gonna give it. I would actually probably give that one. As much as it pains me to say this, I actually would probably give it to. I'd actually have to give it to Jon Stewart. Because I know Jon Stewart's got bars. I know he's got bars. That man's skin is too dark to not have bars. Bars for eons. Yes. Yes. Bars for eons. What does it says? Martian Manhunter is the Kendrick of the Justice League. Dude, yes. Cut the check. Cut the check. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Dude, Martian Manhunter like, man, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Let's see. King Steven asks, what's your thoughts on Marlon Wayne? Was it Marlon Wayans wants to play Plastic Man? Woo. Here's the thing. I think he has the charisma to do it, but it goes back into that thing again. Like, and I know I've said this before, about you flip the genders of the characters for like the movies and TV shows and stuff. It can get a little weird. But if he screen tested better than anybody else, I would be on board for it. I think he has the charisma to do it. His personality, like his screen presence, is very Plastic Man. So I can see him do it. Rain Dev Joy says, of course, he's a rhyming demon. Exactly. And he's got the bars. He has got the bars to prove it. He's got wild bars. He got hellfire bars. He's like, my name is Etrigan, and I spit hellfire. Let's see, a person there says, Yeah. Oh, you're talking about like a T'Challa Ororo comic. I'd read that. They stay for the hot ones. they stay hot for eons, dude. Yes. It's why he breathes. It's why he breathes fire. Dude, Etrigan spitting like Rakim, dude. Flow forever. Rakim out here flowing forever, dude. Now Rakim, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Rakim till this day. Here, wait a minute.
To this day.
Still got bars. Still got bars. Dr. Strange says it'd be dope to see Kane as Etrigan. Dude, I would be here for that. I would be very interested in seeing that. I would be. Oh, ooh. Just made me think about something. There's a rapping like Kanye. Was it, dude, Steven, please. Dude, Eric B and Rakim, baby, all day, baby, all day. Dude, love me some Eric B and Rakim, and even Rakim solo. I like Rakim solo. Dude is lit. Dude, live in peace. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. Yes. Dude, I'm telling you, there's something there, man. I think Kendrick's trying to tell us something. I think Kendrick's trying to tell us his real name. His Martian name is John Jones. Good kid, Martian Manhunter. Good kid, Mad Mars. Yes. Oh, Wayne White, you back? Oh shit. Welcome back. Dude, it's gotta be. Dude, could you imagine, oh, Wayne, you got a herniated disc? Whoa, hold on, player. We need you to calm down. Yeah, dude, we need you to sit down, man. Need you to relax. You gotta convalesce. You gotta get your physicality back. Yeah, because a herniated disc ain't nothing to fuck with, dude. I mean, I've never had one, but if it is anything as awful as having bad knees, I feel your pain. Here was it, dude, yeah, no. Rakim had sick bars. Dude, Rakim had all the bars. Actually, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude, Rakim is the reason why I fuck with, your boy Guru from Gangstar. Because the bars were serious. The bars are always serious. The bars are always spitting knowledge. Always spitting, like knowledge in poetry is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see here. Here, let me see something here. Let's see here. Let's see. What's the Drubbo says? I would basically make Blue Marvel film, similar to the original Gangsters. It's the movie with, yeah. Oh, no. I remember the original Gangsters, dude. I remember that movie. Ooh, baby. You done gone back on me. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, make it be like him and like an older hero, him and an older hero to come in. Yeah, dude, could you imagine that? Blue Marvel comes in to come help these young bucks. Yes, these Thundercats. Here, let's see here. Here, let me see something. Hold up. Where is... Oh, I see. Okay, here. See, I got you. I was wondering what was going on. Okay, so, sorry about that. Azores Tiger, sorry about that. You got timed out by accident. I think some other stuff happened too by accident, but here, I'm going to let me see if I can fix that. That's so weird. Okay. It actually won't let me see you. Here, hey, a person there, see if you can untime him out. Or untime them out for me. But I will answer your question because you didn't ask a question. Who do you think the Groot-looking guy on Powers of 10 is? Do you think all the characters minus Apocalypse and Zorn are Chimera, like Rasputin? Okay, so here's the thing. I actually came across a very interesting bit of trivia. Or rather, an interesting theory or possibility. The possibility is that, now, I think the Groot-looking guy, I think that's Cypher. I think that's Cypher connected to Krakoa. Like you take like maybe like one of the Krakoan flowers or something like that. Maybe like Krakoa has merged with Cypher, because there's a point where he does mention that this body is not originally his, and implied that it belonged to someone who could communicate with anything, and that's Cypher. Now, as far as everybody else, there has been a theory that's been going around, and may even be true, that the Wolverine character and the Magneto character are actually not Wolverine and Magneto, but that they are chimeras. I forget where I was reading this. I don't remember, but it may have been comicbook.com or CBR or something like that. But they said that the Wolverine is actually not Wolverine. That it's actually a chimera who has both Sabretooth and Wolverine's DNA, and that the Magneto is a character who has Magneto's DNA. So that is actually, I don't have anything to back it up. I don't have anything to back that up, but they did point out that the speech, because of the fact that the Wolverine is using the old brown and yellow costume, that it kind of hides that it is actually more Sabretooth than anything else. But they said that his speech patterns and the words that he uses, like how he refers to Apocalypse as boss and talking about how unintelligent he is something that would be more likely for Sabretooth to say than Wolverine. So there was that. And then even though the Magneto one doesn't really talk much, but they said it's likely that it's someone that has Polaris and Magneto's DNA and some other shit. I don't know. I don't know 100% on that one, but it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Let's see. Ragnarok's already said, I missed the last two Blerd caves. Man feels bad. No, it's okay, man. It's okay. Yeah. Look, Robert Rose's making t-shirts with the Blerd Nation, Young Thundercats. Dude, I feel like, it's a lot of us some young motherfuckers on here, dude. Private Zombie says, have the Marvel Supermen, Blue Marvel, Hyperion, Sentry, etc. ever interacted in a meaningful way? Not really. Not to my knowledge. I mean, Blue Marvel and Sentry have fought each other. And I'm sure, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Hyperion and Blue Marvel have interacted in some less than savory ways. I just personally feel like they don't. They try to keep those particular characters out of each other's way because it can create some really crazy shit. For want of a better word that is not a curse word. You dropped your O. There you go. Let's see. DeMarco Langston says, DC's next movie thoughts. From what I hear, The Birds of Prey, I think, is one of the next movies. Supposedly, they hired the director of John Wick to come in and kind of spice up the action sequences, so that's good news, maybe. Otherwise, I haven't really heard a whole lot. Honestly, DC has been really quiet. I know we got Wonder Woman 1984, but I mean, I don't really know enough about what's going on there. They've been so hush-hush about it that there's not really even anything to say. Let's see. Oh, Drill, you out of here? You say you about to bounce, about to go on date night with the lady. I'll check out the podcast. Like, dude, yes. Dude, hey, have yourself a good night. Have yourself a good date. Date night is always a good night. Let's see here. Let's see. What's this? Dr. Strange says, Ditto said, running a cannabis farm and setting up a lab on my end. It's like a fucking kid. Yeah, dude, I understand that. I understand that. It says, oh, wait, Private Zombie, I see this in here where it says, on a totally different topic, if the Amalgam title could ever return, what mashups would you like to see happen the most? You know what? Amalgams. Oh, I tell you what I would like to see. I would love to see this. I would like to see Monica Rambeau and actually, you know what? I don't want to gender bend it too much because that could get weird. So no, well, I take that back. I take that back. I actually originally was gonna say Monica Rambeau and Black Lightning because they have similar power sets in regards to the things they can control and how powerful they are, but then it might get weird. It might get weird. But no, I would like to see. Oh man, that's actually a tough one. I'm trying to think of characters that aren't obvious. Immortal Hulk and Etrigan the Demon. I would love to see that. That would be a matchup I'd love to see. This is fresh in my head. I would like to see Doctor Strange and Constantine. I'd like to see that. What's another one? Oh, I got one. Well, this one would be kind of weird. Because then you start getting into like all the weirdness between Marvel and DC with Shazam and Captain Marvel. I wouldn't mind seeing an amalgam of that. That would be interesting. Who else? I'm trying to think of other characters. I'm just blanking on all of them. Man, I would actually like to see Nova and Green Lantern because they're very similar. That could be something. Oh, excuse me. What's another one? Here, I'm looking at a quick little list. Like I said, I'm trying to think of characters that aren't obvious, like, because a lot of the ones, they usually tend to be really obvious, like, character choices. Ooh, actually, you know what? I tell you what, I got one. So, give me... There's two out of the Captain Marvel... actually, there are three out of the Captain Marvel camp I would like to see. I would like to see... I would like to see Carol Danvers and Wonder Woman. I'd like to see Monica Rambeau and Hawkgirl. And I would also like to see Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, and Naomi. Done. Cut the check.
Cut the check.
And bring back those milestone characters. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. Approaching Earth said Black Adam is next year. God, I still feel like that movie's not really happening. I still feel like that movie is not happening. I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. But I won't believe it till it actually happens. Till I see a trailer, and even then, I have to see a release date, and then the movie actually has to physically be in theaters for me to believe it. What's this? Brother Bacchus says Venom Batman amalgam versus Carnage Joker amalgam. I could see that. Actually, because they kind of did do something, not an amalgam, but I have this comic. It's Batman and Spider-Man versus Carnage and Joker, and it's actually interesting. Very interesting. Let's see here. What time is it? Oh, wow. We're like 2.5 hours. We're going to go about maybe 10 to 15 more minutes. We're going to 10 to 15 more minutes, and I'll answer some more questions here. See what's going on. Linux W says Icon plus Blue Marvel.
Cut the check.
I'd do it. Lemon P says my amalgam would be John Stewart plus Blue Marvel, the Blue Builder, or the Green Guardian.
Cut the check.
Cut the check. Because they actually have very similar powers. A lot of people forget that Blue Marvel can create hard light constructs. Not that different than the Green Lanterns. So, let's see. Dude, hey, man, I understand, man. Limp Peace, man, take it easy, brother. Take it easy. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Don't work too hard, all right? I appreciate you jumping in. What else we got in here? Let's see here. Oh, Wayne White. I got to hit the danger button. I'm having a date night with Lefty and Righty. Oh, man. Dude, no, man. No, man. You got to get out the house, man. Get out the house. I can see that, Cricket. Cricket says, why not have young Monica, Rambo, and Carol Danvers join the Shazam family? I would think that would be... Okay, I got one for you then. What if... So if you took the DC Comics Shazam family, right? You got the DC Comics Shazam family. Amalgamate them with the Captain Marvels of the Marvel Universe. So that's Marvel, Carol, Monica, Genus, Phyla, was it Connor, and Novar. You got seven. Even though technically it's only 6 of them, and yeah, neither. Maybe you could leave out Connor, since technically he was a Skrull. So yeah, there you go. Bring it back down to 6. There you go. That's what I would do. That's how I'd probably do it. That's a good idea, Cricket. Thank you for that. It's like just the ember that flicked the spark that turned it into a raging inferno. Captain America and Shazam. That'd be another good one. There'd be another one. Let's see here. Red Hood and the Winter Soldier. Yes, I can see that. Yes, Black Panther and Mr. Terrific. I'd love that. Here, hold on one moment, y'all. Gotta blow the nose. I hate being sick. Still sick. Okay. Vandal Savage plus Mr. Sinister. I can see that. What else we got in here? Cosmic Ghost Rider Lobo. Yeah, I see some good ones in here. Reed Richards, Mr. Terrific. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Dude, yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, could you imagine? Like, if you like I said, and like I said, go ahead and properly amalgamate them. I mean, you'd have to maybe mess with some of them a little bit, but I think there's 3. The ratio of men to women in the Shazam family versus the Captain Marvel family is a little more skewed, but I'm here for it. Hey, Derek Thomas, thank you. I appreciate that. Said, sup, Blerd, like your content, top 3 comic YouTuber. Oh, wow, shit. Hold up, I done leveled up. Let's see here. Silver Surfer, Blue Marvel, and call him... Dude, oh, it's Spectrum? Oh, wow, yeah, Jesus Christ. Now that'd be called Team Broken. Super Linux W says Superboy Prime plus Nate Gray X-Man. Dude. Are we trying to break the universe here? Is that what we're trying to do? Caliban and Sabretooth. I see you, Ezekiel. Ezekiel Alcaraz. What about the Shazam family plus the Power Pack? Warren Register threw that one in there. I can see it. Superboy Prime plus Franklin. Like I said, y'all are trying. Look, Superboy Prime is already retcon punch the DC universe. Next thing you know, he's gonna come in. He's gonna start doing retcon. The fucking 8 tetragrams, 64 palms. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, dude, just nothing but universe breakers. Like, yeah, literally just come in and be like, oh, is that your universe? Be a shame if somebody punched it. That's what's gonna happen. Oh my God. Okay. What else we got in here? Beyonder and the Spectre. Well, that's dude. No, the Beyonder and the Spectre would be so broken as a unit, as a team, as a let alone an amalgamation. Jeez, dude, they literally just do whatever they want. They can literally do whatever they wanted. I can see it happening. Dude, merge the Century, Blue Marvel, and Cosmic. Oh, goddamn! Dude, here's the thing. Cosmic Ghost Rider by himself is too goddamn powerful. Yeah, dude, no. It would be One Punch Man level phase. No, that's 1,000%. And then what you said, Old Man Phoenix and Metron. Oh, God, dude, what? Dude, y'all don't want y'all's universes. They'd be gone. They'd just be like, look, the second they set foot on, like, in Earth Prime, just boom, the Earth would just crack. The Earth would crack, the volcanoes would rumble, and everything would just be destroyed. Dude, okay, wait, Cade the creator says Thanos and Superman, the Mad Titan of Krypton. Dude. Okay, I can already see... Okay, first off, let me just go ahead and say right now, I can see that storyline. Because you think about it, you really think about it. Those are two characters who are so diametrically opposed of each other, but they have very similar backgrounds as far as, like, coming from, like, an alien world that, you know, fell prey to, you know, all sorts of, you know, shenanigans. And, dude, could you imagine a guy with the power of Superman and Thanos, but, like, let him maintain, like, instead of, like, okay, so, like, let him maintain the speech patterns of Thanos, but, like, but just, dude, that's just amazing. Now I'm just thinking of things. Duke plus Power Man Victor Alvarez, dude, let's put some respect on Victor Alvarez's name, dude. I'm loving that. I'm already here for it. Let's see here. Lex Bryan says, screw that Prime plus Franklin would punch out Real World, give Deadpool a run for his money, and breaking the fourth wall. Dude, it's true, man, because, like, guys like that are just, they're too much. It is what it is. Dude. Oh, my man's one above none. Owen Reese and the Molecule Man plus Fire. Dude, you put one up early. I didn't even see that. Owen Reese plus Plastic Man. You got another one. Owen Reese plus... Dude, honestly, the Owen Reese plus Firestorm would be... Damn. Let's see here. Was it dude? Robert Rose, the Mad Titan of Krypton just jizzed my pants. Dude, it's the thing I never knew I wanted. It was the thing I never knew in my life I wanted, and now that I have heard it, I now have to tweet at Marvel and say, why have we not gotten the Amalgam back, and why is the Mad Titan of Krypton not a thing? Silver Surfer with Jor-El, dude. I could see that. Actually, okay, I tell you what. Give me Silver Surfer. Ooh, Silver Surfer and the Spectre. Oh, God, I didn't know how bad I wanted that till just now. Let's see, was it Linux W says Green Goblin plus Joker? I'd pay money to see that. I would pay, because that's a level, they both have a level of commitment to the game that is just unheard of. Let's see here. Ooh, actually, Cricket's coming out here with some wild suggestions here. Dude, put respect on my guy, Darkhawk. Let's see here. Blue Beetle plus Darkhawk. I can see that. Yes. You could, what was it? It could be the, ooh, wow. It could be the, Dark Beetle. Well, they already had Black Beetle, but, yeah, fuck it. Dark Beetle. Oh, man, that'd be amazing. And then you have, what was it, Black Cat plus, I can't talk. Black Cat plus Catwoman. That one gets a little weird, though, because, like, what would they be named? They have to come up with some kind of different name for them. Like, you have to do, like, what they did with Wolverine, like Dark Claw or some shit. Or have, like, Cat Claw. Or Black Claw. There you go. I like that one. Let's see here. Gladiator as a space-based Green Lantern. Dude, I would love that. Like, take the Green Lantern Corps and bend them over. Or, not bend them. Oh, wow. I can't believe I said that. Danger. I meant to say blend. Blend them over with the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. Oh, I just creamed myself. There you go. Let's see here. So I think this may have already been done. I think they may have already done this in the old Amalgam comics, but Elektra plus Artemis. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember if they did that. Brother Bacchus says Johnny Blaze, King of Hell. Want to read that story, dude? Yes. Spectrum plus Dr. Light. Yes. Okay, I'm here for it. Stephen Nambuki asks thoughts on Blue Marvel versus Sentry and why. Okay, so here's the thing: the fight between Blue Marvel and Sentry is kind of a one and done. But the thing is, Blue Marvel was actually piecing up the Avengers and Sentry. And honestly, the only reason why Sentry, quotey fingers, beat Blue Marvel was because he sucker punched him. He literally waited till Blue Marvel wasn't looking and then came with the wild, chin check. What's going on, Dark Angel? Yeah, I need to take a cold shower. I probably do. That'll be afterwards. Stephen Ambuki says Nighthawk, Dark Knight. Dude, yes. Hyperion plus Sentry. Oh my God, that would be too. Like, literally, that is. Could you imagine Sentry and Hyperion like fused together? That would just be too wild. Doomside. Oh, like a Doomsday. Or no, Doctor Doom and Darkseid.
Cut the check.
Jizzed in my pants a little. Yeah, no, it would be anyone. Yeah, no, like, why not? Why not, dude? Doctor Doom and Darkseid. That is a license. That would be a license to print money. Why has this not happened yet? Linux was a Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes plus Miles Morales. I actually would pay money to see that because I would actually pay money to see that because that would actually make a really interesting character dynamic, especially when you consider the fact, you had Jaime Reyes, with that Latin representation, also with Miles with that Latin and then Black representation. I think that could make a really interesting. It could make a really interesting character that way. Private Zombie says old Amalgam was Elektra and Catwoman is Cat's Eye. Wow, I forgot about that. That is so on the nose that it is not even funny. Let's see. The White Lantern and the Phoenix of the White Crown. Dude, y'all are coming out here with some wild motherfuckers. Oh my god. Let's see here. Century was like, screw the rules. I'm sucker punching that guy. Yeah, he did. He really did. Miles Morales and Vibe. That'd be a good way to get some respect on Vibe's name, because I feel like they do not use him anymore. Hyperion, Century, and Icon. Good God. Y'all do not want your planets anymore. Ragnarok, sorry, you wild. Okay, we're gonna let that be the last one. Ernie plus Rob plus Benny. Oh my god, we might actually have like a whole comic book YouTube channel. We have a comic book empire. Dude, could you imagine that? Just, call it commie.
Cut the check.
Be like, hey, wait a minute. I'm trying to see if I can do it. I'm trying to see if I can affect a voice that's like theirs. I don't know if I could do it. It'd be kind of weird. Like the video would have something like, "Hey, what's up, guys? If you're new to my channel, you should totally click that button so you can become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers." You see, just kind of go in and out. Or actually, no, I'll do like the Rob was like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, welcome to the channel. If you haven't already done so, maybe you should subscribe and become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers." Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Yes. Oh god, yeah, okay, now I'm free. Fulcrum. Oh, and like, peace. wait. Wait a minute, here we go. Wait, hold on. See, I'm see if I can do my shtick, but like also do his at the same time. Just be like, actually, y'all just gave me an idea. I'm gonna ask Rob. I'm gonna ask Rob about it. I'm gonna be like, hey Rob, man, what do you think about if we did a collaboration where we call it like an amalgam and we like copy each other's styles in the same video? It'd be amazing. Or like we merge ourselves together. That'd be pretty wild. But like, oh, hey, you're here. You're at the end of the video. Must mean you really liked it. Well, anyways, I love you guys 3000 plus ultra. Peace. Oh, wait a minute. I got the danger button. Rob, Rob, if you're in here, I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of both of us, actually. Get the Patara earrings. Look. Dude, can I tell y'all just a quick story? I want to tell y'all a quick story before I get out of here. Y'all bringing up Patara earrings made me think about this. One of my friends who's no longer with us, he died of cancer ways back. But man, him and his twin brother, they used to have me tripping. We would be playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And I remember they would always play against each other. Like they would always one of them would pick Vegito. But in that game, you had to, he would get Vegeta or Goku or something. No, I think we would get Vegeta and have the Vegito kit on him. And the other one, the one who passed away, he would do, Gotenks, but with he would do, Goten with the Gotenks kit. And it was one of those things where because of the nature of how they fused, if he wanted to fuse into Gotenks, he had to do the button prompts. And if you wanted to fuse into Vegito, you had to throw the earring. And what would happen is if you threw the earring, there was an opportunity for the other player to stop you. And in order to it was crazy because they're twins, so they're always in each other's heads. My friend who was playing Gotenks would always catch the earring. So Vegeta never got to become Vegito, and because of the nature of how that game was set up, and the kits and everything, because he put Vegito on there, he had nothing else. So he was just bare bones ass Vegeta. And dude, man, it was like watching Amanda Nunes beat the shit out of somebody, because it was just a one-sided ass whooping. World's most one-sided ass whippings is what it should have been called. Because every time, and the thing is, you only got one opportunity to throw the earring, so he would always catch it, he would crush it, and he couldn't turn into Vegito for the rest of the match. I was like, dude, you are wild disrespectful. But anyways, I just thought it was a funny little aside. But anyways, Oh god, that is also like, yeah. I'm gonna have to approach Rob about that now. Be like, hey, I got an idea. I got the idea. It'll be the last time I ask Rob for anything because he never responds. But actually, no. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all want to make some shit happen? Y'all really want to make some shit happen? Go to that motherfucker's page and blow him up about me. I guarantee you, he will be calling you, boy. He'll be like, oh man, I need to figure out what's going on over here. What's happening? They're talking about Blerd without fear in here. They're supposed to be talking about me. Actually, I already know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be now you know what I want to do? What I want to do now, I actually want to do, now I'm thinking about it. Y'all got me thinking about this wild shit. I'm thinking about The Rock. When it was, what was it, Armageddon? Was it Armageddon 2000? Where he cut a promo on, like, everyone in the match? And he was like, maybe the Blerd without fear. The Blerd without fear is going to have to come to the ring. Maybe he's going to have to beat Kurt Angle. or maybe he's going to have to beat Rob from Comics Explained. He was like, I'm gonna read a few comics, tell you how they tell you what they're all about, and then I'm gonna say peace at the end. It was like, oh, or maybe no, maybe I have to come down here and maybe I have to face Comic Story. And I'm sitting here talking about some. So you want to face Comic Story and you have to beat me in the middle of the ring. I did it for the comics. Oh my god, dude! I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna hassle him because I do not like being hassled. Not that anyone does hassle me, but I don't. I would imagine if you got hundreds upon thousands of YouTube comments and tweets and shit and Facebook messages like every day of the week for the rest of your life, it would probably be really daunting to get a message from anybody. So I don't want to be that guy. However, I don't want to be that guy. However, but yeah, no one ever really bugs me. I mean, I get a lot of messages, but I mean, my shit's tame. My shit's sustainable. But anyways, I meant to say, I actually was starting off with a thought earlier and I never finished it. It just hit me. God, dude, this is what happens when you only sleep like 4 hours a day. But yeah, so basically what's going to happen, speaking of social media, go ahead and do a little housekeeping before we head out of here. Basically, going forward, what we're going to do, and maybe I did say it, I just don't remember it. Either way, if I did, let me know. What we're going to do going forward with videos, I didn't do it for the last video because I just kind of forgot, but what we're going to do from now on is when we have videos released publicly, not the Patreon videos. With the Patreon videos, I'll answer those anyway, but the videos, when they release, for the first 2 hours, I will be in the comments for those videos, and I will be answering your comments. Past that 2 hours, I'm probably not going to answer them. And I'm not saying don't leave comments. I'm just saying that, like, if you leave a comment and it's past the 2 hour mark, maybe even 3 hour, I don't want to go too long because that's a lot of time to be on my phone and not doing something else. And I'm not a good multitasker when it comes to making videos and working social media. My mind, that's the one thing I can multitask. I haven't figured it out yet. But basically, yeah, what we'll do is like the first hour. So that is even more reason to have those notifications turned on. Make sure you've hit that bell so that way you can jump in, and if you leave a comment, it'll be more likely to get a response. I did it with the Powers of 10 number 2 video, where I just, for the first couple of hours, it's like, okay, cool, I'll answer comments. I haven't actually answered comments even past 2 hours, but yeah, if that's the case, then, that's the case. But we're going to try that out, because I feel really bad because I haven't really been in the comments, and it's just such a daunting task. It is such a daunting task. Y'all have no idea. And this isn't a flex. This is not a flex. This is not me flexing. But, dude, do y'all know how soul-crushing it is to be like, hey, I'm going to go and answer YouTube comments. Like, I'm all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and when I get there and I open up, and it's like, you have 3,000 comments to answer. And I'm just like, the fuck? I'm like, what? Who? Like, I'll be sitting there thinking, like, oh, yeah, man, I only let the comments go, like, a few days, so it shouldn't be that bad. 4,000 comments. The fuck is going on here? So, yeah, no, so I'm trying to figure out ways to do it, because like I said, I still want to be able to communicate with y'all. Also, I keep saying this, but, dude, Discord. And some of y'all have figured it out, but if you want to get a hold of me, sometimes the easiest way to do it, Discord. if you go into the Discord, oh, by the way, I missed Zatalur. I actually missed some stuff. Here, wait a minute. I gotta answer a question, because Brother Bacchus, who I kept roasting for not coming into the damn Discord, and I'm sitting here talking about the Discord, and I haven't answered his question. So here, let's answer this question real quick. Here, wait a minute. There we go. Check mark. So I know that I got that one. Brother Bacchus asked a couple of questions, and I personally think that Dylan Brock and Normie Osborn will be Omega symbiotes. Together, they will be more powerful than Knull. Do you think that would be cheesy or too cheesy? I don't know. I don't think it would be too cheesy. I think that, or maybe, or I tell you what I think. I think that Dylan might be, I don't know. It would be interesting. It would be interesting. I don't know about the Normie part, but I think maybe Dylan's at least. Because I feel like the Goblin Child symbiote is not very powerful by comparison to the Carnage symbiote. Unless it gets leveled up the way Carnage is, and that's a whole other story. And it also says, also DC's coming up with Tales from the Dark Multiverse. I'm kind of excited. Thoughts? I would like to see that. I would like to see that, because that actually kind of gives them a way to kind of have like an Elseworld style story, but with a darker edge on it. I think people would really like that. That said, but yeah, y'all know the drizzle. Y'all know the drizzle. Go into the Discord. Like I said, the link is in the description. You jump into the Discord. Like I said, it's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Twitter is also the easiest way to get a hold of me, which is right there. And also, Facebook and Instagram are hit or miss, because I don't check both either as frequently. And then, of course, Twitch. You can also find me on Twitch. I'm going to be doing a stream later this evening, most likely. And I think it's usually pretty fun. I think people are usually having a good time. So I highly advise, if you have not done so, you should totally go do that, because I'm amazing, and it is it's a little bit more casual. It's kind of like this, only maybe you get to some other entertainment in along with it, and a little bit of participation. Let's see here. Oh, God, wait a minute. Here, let's see here. Let's see, what is it? Taishin Gats, it says, I like to see Ernie with top 10 nerds. I'm just going back here and reading some of the stuff, kind of playing a little pickup. It said, Private Zombie, then you add Benny into the mix, and your odds drastically decrease. Oh, damn! Oh, God, dude. Look, no comment. No comment. Oh, God. Dude, yeah, no, Doctor Strange was talking about this earlier. He said, seriously, would like y'all to do a comic book event where y'all interview the writers and artists. I would love to do it. I would love to do it. Like I said, just it's everybody else, man. It's everybody else. Insulting Consultant says, whatever Rob was, that guy, when he wanted to get on the Joe Rogan Experience. Oh, I see what you saw. Okay, I see. Okay, I get it now. Commas and punctuation. Yes, it's whatever. Rob was that guy when he wanted to get on the Joe Rogan Experience. See, that's weird. Like, I'm not getting invited to the Joe Rogan Experience, so I think I would do horrible on there, because I'm not that. I'm not as smart as Joe Rogan thinks he is. Let's see here. Dude, yeah. Jason, yeah. Y'all were watching longer, like, yeah, y'all knew what promo I was going for. Y'all knew it. Before I forget, Blerd, did you see that cover of Cyclops, Cable, and Rachel? So are we not going to talk about Slim Wang popping in the tight suits? Yeah. Look, man, you know why he did that. That's a flex. Lex Bryant. That's a flex because he wants Wolverine to be like, yeah. See, got the big dick energy, man. Don't play with me. Okay. Yeah, nah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get used to it, Steven. I'm trying to get used to it. Sweet Almighty Jacob. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Actually, we're getting ready to shut it down, but I'm glad you got here, man. You can just roll back. Ignore the part where you can't hear me for like a whole 5 minutes or 10. Let's see. Private Zombie says, you are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. I haven't been monitoring the stream, so I have no idea where it is at right now in terms of likes or dislikes. I'm pretty sure I got a lot of dislikes because I've said some. I've been talking some ish. I've been talking some ish, so I would not be surprised if we got some dislikes in there. Yeah, man. Let's get those. I got two. I'll take them. I'll take those two. I'll take those 2 dislikes. I earned them. Probably hated me because of the things I said. Let's see here. Dude, yeah, now Cyclops is all flex now. He's all flex. Brother Bacchus, you wild. Brother Bacchus out here wild. Talking about some, thanks for answering my question. Gotta go. Peace. Dude, y'all ain't shit. Oh, God. Lord have mercy. Let's see here. As high as 70 watching. Put some butter on old granny country style. Oh, Jesus. Y'all ain't shit. This is Robert Rosa. Was Blerd. All the love and good fortune for real, fam. You doing the damn thing, and I appreciate it for. Thank you for all you do, and plus ultra. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, please. That said, real quick, I will answer this one real fast. Trusty Milkshake says, what's your opinion on the 2018 Predator movie? I didn't hate it. I didn't like the ending to it, but I didn't hate it. That much I can say. Dude, Sweet Almighty James, you be killing me when you do that fake talk. Yeah, you know, it's honestly, it's something that kind of came up out of nothing. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to speak freely. And then I spoke freely, and people apparently like it. Rob Jones says, for real, I'm making them young Thundercat shirt. Dude, hey, if you do it, man, let me know. Just say the word. Let's see here. It says Galactus prematurely emerging from Lifebringer being the reason for the cosmic hunger. Is this coming full circle in Silver Surfer Black? I don't know. Honestly, I've been kind of holding off on Silver Surfer Black. I'm gonna wait till it's finished because it's one of those books. Like I really like it, but man, I just really want it to be done. Are you talking about like, oh, is it like a retcon? I have no idea. Let's see here, dude. Oh, damn, you got the, Sweet Almighty James, you got the whole job listening to me. Oh, goddamn. Now the pressure is on. The pressure. Under pressure. Pressing down on me. Nah, that probably just got me 3 more dislikes. If you click the dislike button, you a whole hoe. You wait, hold on, wait. You press the dislike, you a whole hoe. But not for real. I mean, hey, it takes haters. It takes haters to make the world go round, man. It really does. You know what? People who hate, people who hate on me, I don't know if they realize it. They're like, because I think they do it thinking that like I'll get discouraged and I'll quit, that I'll give up, I'll stop being the Blerd without fear. No, not the case. Actually, haters inspire me because it lets me know. Like, what was it I heard somebody say once? He said when you see snakes, that lets you know you're in the Garden of Eden. That's kind of what I feel like. I feel like I'm in the Garden of Eden, so I see snakes. Must be getting somewhere. But anyways, I have stayed well over the time I said I was gonna stay. Look, dude, y'all make it possible. You know what? I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I want y'all to understand a three. I said I was reading his mentions and said three. I meant to say real. A real possibility, and that is, I want to start doing a little bit more with the live streams. I'm not going to promise anything. But I am looking into some alternative things to do on the YouTube stream, so we can, because I feel like I spend so much time on Twitch, I don't want to, forget about y'all either. And I want to get some more stuff going. I'm going to try and actually do some stuff where I have guests on. It's been one of those things, like, it's been difficult to find guests that can line up with my schedule. But we're going to do it. I'm going to try and get local creators from abroad, creators from across the globe. And we're going to try and get them in here, maybe get them talk. I might even try and reach out to other YouTubers. I thought about that too. I recently got to share some words with one of the cats from the Cyber Nerds, so I kind of want to try and make something happen with them, most definitely, if at all possible. We just got to figure out that time zone thing. And then on top of all that, I really want, I just want to get back. I always feel like I don't give y'all enough. I want to give you some more. I want to give you some more of the good shit. But anyways. Yeah. Look, one above none is like maybe a one above none appearance. I mean, hey, you never know, man. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. We gotta talk about these things. Is it a Blerd cave tomorrow? Hey, you never know. I might. You never know. I've actually considered the possibility of streaming more regularly. Like, just maybe streaming, instead of doing just once a week, maybe streaming on YouTube twice a week. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll do like a Sunday night. Maybe a Sunday night Blerd cave. That was always kind of tricky though, because I got my kid. It's all that going on. Technically, I got my kid today, but Sunday night at the Omni. Oh, don't give me hope. I tell you what. We might do one, because honestly, when we did the one Sunday night for San Diego Comic-Con, that actually went over really well, way better than I expected it to. So maybe we will, or maybe we might space it out a little bit more. I don't know. I kind of want to, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do another one. Maybe do like a later in the evening stream, like if there's stuff going on. But anyways, I want to thank everybody who is still in here, who has listened to me rant and rave and wax idiotically for the last 3 hours, 7 minutes, and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 seconds. Putting up with my wild audio cues and weird shit. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Dr. Strange, we ain't gonna overdo it. I'm basically what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do things. The only thing we're gonna do more of is things that take very little effort on my part. Which being real and being real and free and open with y'all is the easiest thing in the world for me to do. Honestly, this is why these Blerd caves usually go over an hour and a half into 2 hours, and now 3 hours, working towards 3.5. That's why that happens, because it's so easy. It's so easy. A little De La Soul for you. Man. So just so you know, tonight at Twitch, we're gonna play some Dying Light. Those are so anticlimactic. We're gonna play some Dying Light or something else. I don't know. I might play some Streets of Rage. I recently discovered that I have the Sega Genesis collection on Steam, and I could just play that. So, but anyways, and also, Dance Dance Revolution stream is coming soon. I wanted to do it this weekend, but can't do it because I can't find my cable, and I think it might be in storage, but I can't figure out where in storage it's at, and I'm a little pissed off about it. But anyways, y'all know the drill. Thank y'all so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for. I hope y'all enjoyed this last 3 some odd hours. The Twitch stream is going to be, because I'm kind of a late bloomer. The Twitch stream is going to be at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So like right now it's 3 o'clock. It's 3:12 p.m. for me right now. So in the next few hours it'll start. So make sure you head on over to Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Blerd Without Fear. Same name as here. Go there and I will like I said, we'll be doing it. Like I said, it's casual, it's laid back. And I tell everybody, even if you don't like video games or aren't interested in video games, who gives a fuck about the video games? I'm just really there to talk, and it's just something for me to do. Something I do when I don't have anything to do. That said, 8 p.m. CST at the Omni. Dude, that damn cable is fucking with me. Dude, we're gonna get it. I'm probably gonna go try and find it. We may do it. I got the 2 camera setup working, so we could do it. I actually wanted to have it up tonight or today for this show, but whatever. Anyways, I will see you all next time. I love you all. 3,000 plus ultra. Y'all take care, all right?
And I'm ready to ride. Destination is sky. Let me swallow my pride. I never said I'm the best, but I better myself. Gave the fast food up. Had to work on my health. Shelves the stress, but nevertheless, I'm still blessed. Only color in this bubble. I need space to test my limits. I'm past the gimmicks. Claim to handle situations different till you get in it. I'm counting the minutes. I used to feel like the minutes. So Dennis going back and forth on the web in blue tennis shoes. Trying hard to choose serenity over racket. Couple sweet 16s, but I'm in my own bracket. You can stack it how you wanna. Love in the speakers, God leading. I ain't worried about the reaper. Repercussions. I'm discussing dreams, cruising down the highway. From now on, I'ma do it my way. Okay? There's something you can ride to and vibe to. There's something you can ride to and vibe to. I'm just giving you the keys to survival. There's something you can ride to and vibe to. There's something you can ride to and vibe to. I'm just giving you the keys to survival. Never let society tell you how to begin living your life by following the norm and trends. I warn my friends, don't get blinded by the media. I'd rather be myself, take flight, got a speedy on speed dial. And meanwhile, my dream right beside me with a smile. She like Destiny Child. Khaled said the keys to success, but is it valid when the world electing races on the ballots? But I could see the moon through the clouds, emulating the sun, lighting the path ahead of me. Stars slowly begun to reveal themselves, like they wishing me well. Will the world unite? Well, only time will tell. So I let my seat back, listen to some 3 stacks. Always been an outcast, my past, you keep that. See my future with the high beams on. The dreamers like this is my theme song. Although this life seemed wrong,